Yeah, that's it.
Okay, cool. So now I just need to get the Mike Haddock video and then have it share that. Okay, cool. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, got it. Where's it at?
All right, episode 9.1. Fucking intro, 5 minutes into the video.
Yeah, that's how we do things. All right, so
Hey, if you're 5 minutes late, you're still early.
Yeah, my farts smell hella good right now.
Dude, I bet in that room, just all condensed.
And I got the heater on too, so it's just like pestering, dude.
How's that, Tim? Is that correct?
Yeah, but did you check the audio box? Remember, there's a little box at the corner.
Yeah, let's see if that worked.
Nope.
No audio.
You gotta so do it again, exactly what you did, but just there's a little tiny box in the bottom left corner.
There's not. I wish there was. There's this other one that says share tab audio, but it's Chrome tab.
Tab, that's what they call them. Tabs. Yeah, there you go. Tabs show Chrome tab audio.
Window.
Are we on your phone, Mark?
No, I'm just trying to find like a different, because the problem is I'm also watching us on screen. So I'm trying to learn how to look at the camera. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to look at a camera.
You just got to hang the app on top of your screen.
Yeah, but then I look at the screen, and so I'm not looking at the camera.
Well, who am I looking at?
You're looking at me.
Here's looking at you, kid.
Now who am I looking at?
I don't know. I don't know who you're looking at.
Exactly. I was looking at different places the whole time.
But your screen is below you, though. My screen's above me.
That's what I'm saying.
My microphone's above my screen, or
But
my camera.
Your camera.
So I'm trying to put it below my screen to see if that helps me look more at the camera.
I follow.
So when it's up here, I'm looking down here to look at you guys, you know? So I don't know.
Hey, Tim.
Yeah.
Is this sound work now? Ooh.
Oh, let me see. Oh, shit.
There's my brother.
Yeah, it's working now. Perfect.
Oh,
Got
cool.
it, dude.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so this is Mike Haddock. He's fucking hilarious. Here.
We're going over here. And right there, that's called the Red Pyramid. And you move around this way, and you go over there. That's what they call the Black Pyramid. We're not going to visit that today. It's just a heap of rubble. These stones really are not as big as everybody claims they are. Yeah, that's all.
You can see the stones are rotting away.
Yeah, and all this stuff laying on the ground, that's everything that fell off the pyramids. This is all pyramid stone underneath. It's all falling apart. Yep.
It's all falling apart.
Yeah.
It's like thousands of years old.
Now, the big deal about this pyramid is it went up at this and then it curved in. Down at the Red Pyramid, that's the first true pyramid. Way down in there. I want to make a point that the pyramids, of course, are falling apart, but everything you pick up here on the bottom is from the pyramids. And it's just soft limestone, so they're not that big, and I don't see a big deal. And they used mortar throughout them all anyway. From the top.
Oh, shit.
All the way to the bottom. That's a long way. That's the way we came in, way down there. In the chamber, you could see they were out here patching it up, but gravity, there was a big crack going up that way. Some big cracks going up this way. And there was bats up there, and it was all rubble. Nothing was perfect.
Nothing's perfect.
The city,
Nothing's perfect.
over here in Gaza.
I mean, it's thousands of years old, but it's not perfect anymore.
All the way up to the 1940s. You get down to bedrock, put your little mortar thing down, put the stone on top, put the mortar on, put the stone on top, put the mortar on, put the stone on top. You interlock them, and you're done. You start from the outside. We built big walls one time. Built it from the inside, pushed the stones back and forth with bulldozers until they were lined up. and that's
With
it.
bulldozers?
Biggest
Did
deal.
he just say?
Yeah, it's all weather beaten.
Weather beaten.
Look at this. Must be a sign for an alien landing pad. Huh? And then they got a lot of stones laying all over the place here.
We got a lot of stones.
Stones.
And you can see, like I told you,
Like I told you.
this goes first, and but everything up against it. You can fill it with junk if you want.
Fill it
Ron,
with junk if you want.
now we're looking at the red pyramid. There's the bent pyramid. You go over there, that's the black pyramid. You go around here, they got something trucking going on. I did a video on Isla Antambo. I did a video called Isla de Tambo when we were down in Peru. And so it's not.
So it's called Oye Te Tambo. He never says it right. And not only that, he says it wrong every time. He says it differently. Like, it's hella funny. Like, he has like a weird speech impediment. It's awesome.
So hold on. Do you think this guy is purposely funny? Because
Same, dude. Same exact thing. I'm like, there's no way that he is like not doing this on purpose. Like, he has to be doing this. It's hilarious.
He is really this is really him. Like, he is not joking at all.
Yeah, he's not.
Yeah, this is people just don't know what they're talking about, making YouTube channels about things they don't know, because otherwise it's no longer funny. Like if he's planning this out, it's not that funny.
So what it is also is this is a video I made because I'm fucking a nerd like that. So this is like all of my favorite stuff that he says. So that's why it's edited.
Shit.
So that's why it's edited the way it is. So that's why it's just him saying a bunch of stupid shit. Don't get me wrong, he says some stuff that's not that stupid once in a while. But this is all my favorite stupid stuff that he says in one like 6-minute video.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Hey, good editing, dude.
Oh, thank you. And then like so that's why I put this one together, because it's like he's trying to say Oye Te Tambo, but he never says it right. And not only that, it's like he doesn't take the time to even care about saying any of the names of any of the places right. He called Giza Giza. Like he calls like it's awesome. It's hella funny.
It's funny too because all he has to do
I would never be able to say that right, by the way.
Well, he obviously knows how to use the internet. He's uploading videos, right? So it's like all he has to do is Google, hey, how do you pronounce the fucking Temple of Giza or whatever? You know what I mean? Like it's not that hard, but he's like doesn't even bother. He can't be bothered with learning how to pronounce something the way that everyone else in the world pronounces it.
But he can go there and talk shit about how shitty it is and like how it's not a big deal that they did it. Like it's so awesome. Like
it's not a big deal. It's just a retaining wall. You just build a retaining wall and you just fill it in with rock.
You shove some shit in there.
Yeah,
whatever you want.
Just fill it in.
With the bulldozer, obviously.
My plan was to mix this with like some of the most passionate dudes that I know, like when they like talk about how incredible everything is. And just kind of like have that contrast. I think it'd make for a hella funny little like video.
You know what else is sad though, dude? Joseph and I were watching this, and I was like having the same thoughts that you were, Mark. And I was like, dude, I got to see the comments because like there's got to be people just like us in the comments saying, dude, you're freaking, dude. The comment section is like, thanks so much for the video. Really appreciate you teaching us this. We appreciate you taking the time to give us the facts. Yeah, I agree with you.
They all have foil hats on, you know.
So like I'm like, does his audience, are they like in on the joke too? You know, like how elaborate is this?
To be fair, you've made YouTube videos for your jobs and stuff where you say something wrong just to get that audience to be pissed off. So
and that's what I'm saying. That's what I wonder if he's trolling us. Like if we're getting trolled really hard right now.
That's why he's so. The whole thing that makes it hilarious and great is that he's not though. Like it's so obvious. Like if you watch his whole video, like so what he is, he's a mason. So he makes all these like masonry videos, and in those he's like just being himself. He's not even talking about ancient sites. But in between those videos, he travels to ancient sites and talks and just shits all over him. And that's the stuff that I got.
I mean, back in the 80s and 90s, before the internet, there were videos about this for like sports and stuff, where it was like kind of a goofball way to explain sports on like VHS. And so, but he seems too genuine for this to be a parody.
I know, I love it. It's so great. All right, let's hear the Oye Te Tambo real quick.
Hey, Reece is
Got
here.
something trucking going on. I did a video on Isla on Tambo. I did a video called Isla de Tambo when we were down in Peru. And so it's not a big deal to cut stone with another stone. It's not a big deal to cut stone. And in that video, I showed how to get one piece of stone, you smash it against another piece of stone, and you can get what you want without any modern tools. And everybody's saying, oh, they took it and they reformed it and they poured it like cement. But the whole point I'm trying to make in this video is the whole Giza Plateau and all around Cairo is nothing but a cemetery and graveyards. Hi, I'm Mike Haddock. Today we're going to do a little walk around.
Hey, pause it real quick, Paul. How do I respond to Reece? Is that possible? Just what's up, Reece? Sorry.
Reece is here? Sick. So the name of this place is called Menkure. And just listen to this. This one's really good.
Mike Haddock. Today we're going to do a little walk around on the Pyramid of Makari. This is the Pyramid of Makari. Here's another thing to look at. This is the outside of the Makari. Now we're going to be walking up this side of Makari. For example, around one of those pyramids of Makari. That's granite. This side.
Now it's on purpose.
Video on Makari and the Pyramid of Makari. Y'all got mortar between them. Don't let them fool you. They put the outside ring around first, and then they filled the middle in with junk. You can see it. Use all the good stuff on the outside, then you fill it in with all the stuff that ain't no good. They put it in. They filled in behind them this way. That's all they did. That looks like it was made out of some kind of conglomerate. They're all falling apart. And if you keep going and shining it up, you get it like this. So it's easy to be done. It just takes a long, long time because the Giza Plateau is nothing but a cemetery. Like I said at the beginning of the video, they didn't bury the people in the farmer's field. They took them out in the middle of the desert. They did the sarcophagus and everything because they said, oh, it can't be done. Oh, Mike, it can't be done. You don't understand.
That's how he proves that it's not a big deal. Like that. By banging rocks together in his backyard. He literally, like, this is I can't believe it's real. Like, it's so crazy. It's almost over.
They had ancient technology.
Hey, I got to bounce out for a second.
All right. All right, so that's what the joke was about.
That's awesome, though.
Reece is going to hop on. I'm going to send him the link here. I'm going to give him the link.
Oh, yeah.
Just got to copy it. Hey, Reece, you going to use your phone or are you going to use laptop? Dude, that guy has to. I don't know, man. I want to go meet that guy. Maybe we can meet him.
I don't see why not. He's not like hella rich and famous or anything.
He's got about the same amount of subs as I have. I think he had like 130. That's what I got on my other channel.
Okay.
130K, 130,000.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to text Reece this code. Oh, my fart smells so bad, dude. Oh, my gosh. Holy cannolis, dude. Dude, I was so tired today, bro, after last night.
Me too. That's why I wanted to do it early.
Man, dude, I had to get up heck early, get Emma to school by 7, and then I worked all fucking day, just got home, and then Mark's like, I don't know we're going to do the podcast tonight. As I was pulling into my driveway, I was like, fuck, yeah, let's do it. I want to do it now because I'm trying to go to bed, dude. I'm so burnt out.
Can you hear this? Did you? Never mind. Can you hear this?
I didn't add it. Let me add it.
See or no? Oh, Mark's back. Yeah, you guys can hear it? Sit.
Well, he's brushing his teeth right now, so.
I just want to see if it worked, but I'll play something cool to him right now.
Reece is about to get on right now. I just sent him the link.
Hell yeah.
And Reese, if you have headphones, that'll help because it helps like everybody not talk over each other. But you don't need them.
He'd be the only one wearing them.
I know. Well, mine. I don't know. Mine are in. I don't know where mine are at. I don't know if I left them at your house or what.
Oh, okay. I don't think you did. I think they're in your shed.
No, they're not in my shed.
No, weird.
Unless they're up here. Yeah, I don't know where they went.
Should we show Mark the song we produced?
I'll be back.
Oh, okay. Do 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 do. It's no big deal, Tim. Dude, you got me so good. That was hella funny. How do I shrink this baby? I shrink rapid. Tim. Are you muted or am I muted? Must be me. Let's see here. Am I good now? No? Man, what's going on here?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Oh, it was you. I thought it was me.
No, it was me, but I don't know why. So hang on, let me see what's going on here.
All right, I got about 25 more minutes before I have to bounce out again.
Sick. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Can you guys
can
hear
hear
the
me?
song?
You can hear me.
I didn't
No,
share
you
it.
got to share your screen and stuff.
Hear me?
Oh, I must have sent oh shit. I sent the fucking link to just a random fucking phone number.
His old number or something?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Hopefully they jump on. Screw it.
Let me see.
Just
No,
some
Reese.
random person's like, what's up?
Reese, I got your 510 number. Let me see if I have a 707 number.
Mark,
Should I
this is
share
a
it?
song. This is the song we worked on last night.
All right, let's hear it.
Tim, do you want to tell him what the situation?
No wonder why Reese never texts me back. Yeah, I don't have it. Reese, my number is I'll send it to you in Insta real quick.
It's two.
Everybody knows it's 209.
Represent.
What's your email? Is it no big deal, right? Yeah. No big deal. That's literally Reese's name on
really?
Instagram. Yeah.
Oh, sick.
No big deal.
That's
There
fun.
it is.
That's like synchronicity right there.
Okay, let me see. Got it.
Should I share this on Facebook or does it matter?
Yeah, share it.
Paul, you all right with that?
With
Share
sharing
it.
what, the song?
No, the link to the
Found your
Oh,
number,
what?
Reese.
I'm
I
not
got it
on
right here.
YouTube.
Yeah, of course I'm down for that.
Is it live on YouTube right now?
Yeah, we're live on YouTube. Yep.
All right.
All right, Reese. Whoa, dude. How do you have a 7? How do you have those first 3 digits in your phone number, dude? That's actually really freaking awesome. I can't really say it, but I could do it in the private chat. I could type it in the private chat and you guys could see.
I could just look at my phone.
Dude, it's crazy.
Oh yeah, that is crazy.
Did you see it?
Yeah, it's in my phone.
Oh, you have it?
I have his number. Yeah.
Crazy, right?
Yeah, it's a trip.
Dude, that's tight. I wonder if he did that. I wonder if if he was able to keep that. I don't remember what. No, because that was a different. That's a different. Where you live, Paul, it was different.
What are you guys talking about?
Prefixes of phone numbers, not area codes, but prefixes. Oh shit, here he is.
So we got
Let's
it.
go.
Oh shit! What's
Hello,
up,
my brother.
dude?
Yeah.
This somehow transferred for me from like watching a YouTube video on my phone to being in the YouTube video.
Metaverse, bro. It's the metaverse.
I don't like that word, but I love you guys.
It's a normal word, dude. It's all right. It's fine.
Don't let me interrupt what you guys were. You're gonna play a song.
Oh yeah, you want to pull that song up here? Let me add it.
Yeah.
So me and Joe. Is this our? What song is this, Paul?
Yeah, you.
I was gonna play the song that we kind of produced last night.
Oh, the Christian song?
Yep.
All right. So this song, I don't know if you guys know Kenny White, right? You guys know Kenny White?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, for sure.
So his wife like sings, right? And they're like, she's a big singer for her church in the worship. Like she runs the worship, but she writes all these songs in her head. But she's like, I don't have.
She doesn't play anything.
Yeah, she's like, I just hear the vocal pattern in my head. I hear the music in my head, but I want somebody to make music for me. But I don't know. Like it's just in my head, So I'm like, well, fuck, just record.
Yeah, totally.
So she recorded some voice memos, sent them over. Paul figured out what key it was in, wrote a bass line, figured out like a tempo, wrote like a kick and a snare and stuff. Like he wrote like some piano and stuff, and he brought it over last night, and we just like dissected it and really just kind of tweaked out on it for like a good couple hours. And like I don't know, it's just cool because
it was just fun working on somebody else's music. Like it was like no pressure almost kind of.
Yeah, totally.
It was hella fun.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. It takes a little pressure off you. You're like, whatever, let's see how it turns out.
Yeah, and then it was both of us putting our brains together to do little things here and there, and it was just really fun.
So I still think it might need some piano or
it needs something for sure.
Guitar, so it needs something, but we're getting there. But yeah, go ahead and bump it.
I'm all trying to press play on the one that's on the screen. You know what I mean? Like I'm an idiot.
Sharing audio. Paul. So share the audio through the tab because right now it's coming through your mic and it doesn't sound good.
My bad, guys.
What's up, Reece, brother? Long time no see.
Dude, it looking good with that beard, dude.
What's up, my man?
You're getting a little gray, dude. You're like
15
years
man.
younger than me.
I got a little bit. I got some. I got a little baldy going on here too.
Nice, dude.
Oh, that's a noble trait.
It's really hard to, I feel like we always try to think of ourselves when we were as we were when we were like 16. But then when your fucking hair starts falling out, you're like, I'm definitely not 16 anymore, dude. Like, there's no mistaking it at this point.
Just bick it. You look like a badass if you bicked it. Not that you don't look like a badass now, but you look like more of a badass.
All three of you look exactly the goddamn same.
I hear that a lot.
Yeah, thanks.
So do you, just with a little bit more age,
It's all the weed and high fructose corn syrup.
Yeah, I got an additional an additional decade of bitterness in my face.
I'm like pumping myself full of preservatives daily.
Well,
I know.
I was going to bring up preservatives as well. So,
all right,
I respect. You guys are still rocking the Mountain Dew and Bud Light.
Mark doesn't drink Mountain Dew. He's a quitter.
Yeah, some things never change. Mountain Dew and Bud Light. So did I get it right this time or no?
Yep.
No. Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah, I think so. But turn it up. No, I think it's still going through your mic, but that's all right. It's really quiet. It's quiet.
I can hear the bass line and the beat though.
Paul.
Yes.
Dude, all I can really hear on our end is just like the kick and the snare. Really, it's like can't hear the coolest parts.
All
You
right.
got to try to close it out and reopen it, and make sure to hit that share tab audio
All right.
button.
I can hear it pretty good, but I got a little earbud going on.
Oh, you got some
Yeah.
earbuds, so you might be able to hear it better. You could hear the bass line and shit.
I could hear the bass line. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like hella. It wasn't like listening to music on my phone or something. But
Did you share
I
it
could
again,
hear it.
Paul?
Yeah, I'm trying it again right now.
Yeah, you did it
I can
last
hear
time.
the
you did it.
vocals and stuff. I don't know.
But you gotta hear because it's like a coffee shop vibe. Like it sounds like I was
Yeah, you
really
did
proud
good.
of us because we were able to get the bass to sound like someone's playing it. So then we ran the drums like minimal. So like I was like, oh, it's almost like there's just like dude in the coffee shop with the bass and a dude with the drum set, but it's just like a kick and a snare, maybe a hi-hat. That's it. And so then
you
we're
can
like,
almost do
like what else would be there? And it's like, oh, probably like shakers. Somebody probably have shakers. So then we added a shaker.
Yeah.
So that was like,
you gotta get
what?
You gotta get a little sizzle going on too. You know, a little drum sizzle.
And you can't really hear it unless he shares the audio. Let's see if you got it. Try. Yeah, wait. I don't know. I can't tell.
Sounds really bad on my side.
I can't tell if it's louder or not.
One day I'll get it.
One day we'll get the internet.
Let me pull it up. Let me try to pull it up. And see.
Oh yeah, Tim, you have a copy of it.
It's just hard to navigate you because you got a Mac, and I don't really know like what the screen looks like. You know what I mean? So like, 'cause it looks a lot different on an iOS than it does on Android. So let me pull it up right here. Right here.
So Reece, what do you do for work now?
Was this did y'all did you say what I do for work?
Yeah, you said because I think you told me you make edibles.
Yeah, I make weed gummies. We do like pre-rolls too, but I pretty much just do weed gummies.
Ooh, that's sick. That's like your whole job?
Pretty much, yeah. My whole job, for the most part, is I kind of manage a little bit the dudes that do the pre-rolls,
Yeah.
but my day-to-day is like making batches of gummies and then like curing them and sugaring them and shit like that.
Do you eat gummies?
Packaging them. I get a lot of gummies to take home, more than I can handle, most evidently.
Okay.
Where are you at nowadays? We lost him. We lost Tim.
Mike,
Tim,
sorry.
Tim was,
Sorry, that's me. I was physically
Learn the
doing that.
internet,
Okay,
Tim.
so here I'm gonna learn the internet.
Learn the internet, Tim.
This fucking guy.
That's all
All
I
right,
got.
hold up. All right, you ready? Let's see if this is any better. I don't know if it's gonna be better, but
Like echoing.
Yeah, I think that's better.
sounds better. Okay, I'm gonna mute my mic.
I hear like 3 of them.
Okay, so the thing is, you guys all have to turn off your mics when I press play.
All right.
That better?
way Paul's shaking his head, I don't think that's the way it was supposed to be playing. And he bounced out.
I don't know.
So, Tim, I think we're hearing multiple vocals at the same time. Is that supposed to be the deal?
You hear multiple at the same time?
It kind of sounds like a cool mix if it's on purpose, but like when Paul was playing it, it was like just one vocal track. And then this was like, but it kind of worked.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have my headphones, so I can't really hear what you guys are hearing because I'm running through my mic. And for whatever reason, the way I have it set up, anything that's coming out besides the podcast comes through the mic speaker. I don't know. It's fucking weird. I don't really.
Dude, learn the internet, bro. Come
Yeah,
on.
anyways, I don't know. We'll have to get better at sharing stuff.
So did y'all make beats to the, like, she gave you just the raw vocals already, or did she sing to what you guys put together?
Yes, the first thing.
You're muted.
Nice. Paul, I think you're muted.
You're muted. You're muted.
Like, pick your nose. Where are we at?
Where are we? That way. Go that way.
Fucking
Yeah, I was
Hollywood
gonna ask
squares
you-
over here.
I was going to ask the same question. Like, was that just sent to you just vocals only, which is awesome to, you know, produce something to just that. That's fun. Something I would never be able to do.
Well, because he was asking me, and I was like, well, honestly, like Joseph, dude, like he's done this already several times with the Bone Thugs stuff, you know? So Joseph takes like Bone Thugs and Harmony acapellas, and then he'll add a beat, and then he'll like rap on it too. So he's like on a song with Bone Thugs. I was like, oh, dude, Joseph can totally handle this. So that's what I did. I sent him over to Paul, explained what we wanted, and he kind of did it. And then we came over here and we like added and played with it and tweaked on it. But yeah, I got to figure out. We got to get better at learning how to share shit. But what else is going on, Reece? Where are you?
Get better at learning. You know?
Where are you?
I'm in Eureka, like up in Humboldt.
Oh, okay. Sarah's actually going to Oregon.
Yeah.
In a couple days because her brother goes to Oregon, the university up there.
Oh, damn. Yeah, it's funny because we're on the coast, so we're like not along the 5. So we're like pretty much not on the way, like anywhere. Like if you come up here, you come up here to come up here. Unless you're trying to like take the 1 up the coast or something like that. But like, I mean, I remember from tours before, like we wouldn't come this way for sure because it's like fucking driving in the mountains and like, you know, the 5's like 70 speed limit all the way up.
Yeah.
So
everybody's like, fuck that.
Isn't Neyland, California, like right outside of that? Have you ever been to Neyland, California?
Neyland. Yeah, Neyland is like I think like 10 or 15 minutes from here.
Damn.
I haven't, but I think of you every time I see it.
Dude, Reece, you'll have to get a picture of the like a sign if you pass
we're pretty close by there,
and send it to Mark.
No big deal.
Hey, Mike, can you guys hear me or no?
Yep.
Yeah,
I can hear you. I think Reece is on his Bluetooth headphones, so he has a little delay. So, like, I think that if we all know that, it'll go a little smoother.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I just realized it. I'm like, I think there's a little delay, so we just gotta wait. Like, say something and wait for you. You know.
It's like fucking. That's like news interview shit. You know.
It's all right, dude. Yeah, exactly.
There's always like a 3-second gap. Yeah.
It's like, so how you doing today? Good. I'm doing great.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, totally.
So what else is new?
But it's all right up here. It's not really my favorite place up here. It's kind of like a lot of like white dread hippie shit and also like super duper white trash shit up here, you know?
Hell yeah.
It's like a weird intersection of both of that. It's like hillbilly ass truck driving rodeo motherfuckers and like crystal hippies. So it's like not really my favorite, but exactly. I came up here just to go to school and right when I finished school, I was gonna move out of here, and then I ended up like getting together with someone, my landlord actually, and now I'm up here. Now I'm like wherever the fuck she wants to be. So, you know.
Like you got
Nice, dude.
together
And she owns
with your landlord as like a partnership or as like a relationship?
as like my girlfriend.
Okay, very nice.
So
Very
she's
nice.
your
Yeah, I
landlord?
like. Yeah, I was like, I met her the day I moved in here. I only knew like one person in town, and I was like super into her right off the bat, and like bugged her for like a year. Like if you guys remember Rick Moranis in Ghostbusters, like remember he's like always in the hallway, like, hey, you know, if you're around and you want to hang out, I got some, I got a bunch of snacks, and you know, I was always trying to like I thought I was being subtle as a motherfucker, but I was not. And she was not down for it, most definitely. Admittedly, like she was not. She was like, "I hear you, dude, and I'm not interested." And like a year to the day from when I moved up here, whatever, how it all ended up, like we ended up getting together and like moved in together pretty quickly, and it's been like almost 2 years now.
Wow.
Cool, dude. Sick.
So
Persistence
It's
pays
the first
off.
time the first time I've lived with a girlfriend, and the first time I've dated someone longer than like 6 months in my fucking life.
Wow.
So my question is, when I hear landlord, it sounds like someone older. So are you dating an older woman?
No, she's younger than I am.
Good
It's
for
like
her.
a duplex type of thing, and she lived in the upstairs apartment, and I lived in the downstairs apartment. And yeah, she owns the house, so she's like, her dad's a contractor, and like they're just like, they grew up rich in like Walnut Creek, and they just like, they know money shit and investment shit, and like she bought her first house when she was like 22 or 23 or something. I mean, she's not super loaded, but that's like the environment that she like grew up in, is like parents teaching you how to invest and fucking use credit cards properly and shit. Like I had to figure that shit out on my own. Most
Yeah, me
definitely,
too. My
you know?
parents didn't teach me one thing about finance
still-
or saving
I
money.
still, dude, I still am barely like figuring that out, dude, right
Me
now.
too.
Like still.
Exactly. I try to pick up what I can from her because she's a year younger than me, and this is the
Dude,
second house that she's owned. So
I completely fucked off like my 20s and my 30s by just like going to work, getting a check, spending it. Going to work, getting a check, spending it. You know what I mean? It was just like I
Just
never
pure
thought
ignorance of not knowing, though. You just didn't
And then-
know. Like,
until
and then someone offered you a credit card at one point, and you're like, "Oh yeah, I'll use this," and never paid off.
yeah, I was like, dude, I can't
that's what I did.
that's what I did.
Dude, so then yeah, it's stupid. But then it's funny because all of the stuff that I've done with YouTube, like this last couple years, all the money I've been able to make with YouTube and all the stuff that I'm doing that correlates with YouTube, I've learned from a dude that's 26 and 27 years old. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Dude, he makes like, I mean, he makes a lot of money, dude, more than my parents all combined. You know what I mean?
Tim,
It's
Yeah,
crazy
for sure.
because the information's out there. We were talking about the other day how like if you wanted to learn how to play like guitar back in 1991, you had to know somebody who was willing to show you, or you had to
Yeah,
like
for
get
sure.
books or
Pay
magazines and the freaking tab poster, and you know what I mean? Now, and imagine how many kids like didn't have that access to that kind of stuff. I remember like kicking it with Dennis one time, and we're listening to rap music, and he's like, "How do they make that sound?" And I'm like, "It's like a bass." He's like, "Yeah, but like how?" But like imagine if like I could have showed him a YouTube video, might have inspired him to start making beats way back then, or I don't know. It's just crazy.
Yeah,
now
no shit.
there
It's
was
like
no
no
way
barriers.
to explain it.
What?
There was no way to explain how the bass was made and how like it was a drum machine and how like it was just there's just no way to like really do it without actually doing it. And I was gonna say, Tim, you're talking about making money on YouTube. Your commercial I was like super impressed by it. It was fucking awesome, man.
Thanks, dude.
I like
I'm
wanted
never,
to buy that paint like right after I was done watching it. I was like,
dude.
I really
Ryan,
did.
I ain't even got shit to paint.
Dude, I'm
Seriously.
never happy with. I'm always because I know that I can make them better. So like, but
Yeah.
it gets to the point where it's like the deadlines come in. Like for
I
this
liked
brand
it.
deal. So Reece, I don't think Reece
I
knows.
didn't
So
even
Reece,
see your commercial.
So
What
I
you
haven't
make
uploaded.
commercial
I'm still
Oh,
waiting.
okay.
I'm still waiting for approval from them to go ahead and post it. That has to go through a review process and all this shit. But anyways, like I don't think Reece knows. So I have a different YouTube channel that's not my name. It's actually called Timo Paints, and it's got like 130,000 subscribers. Like I got 130,000 on there, and I got a bunch of like a few videos. But anyways, but what I do is I sell courses and digital like stuff on there. But Bear Paints hit me up, and they paid me $2,500 for a 5-minute video. And all I had to do was like make the same type of video that I'm already making, but just feature their product, you know, and give like an honest review on it and stuff.
Yeah, and you like call it out.
So yeah, so I made it last like week, and then I showed Paul like the other night, a couple nights ago.
I want to go back a little bit though.
It's sick, dude.
Just go back a little bit because we were talking about like credit and credit scores and stuff. And you were talking about your younger friend who does YouTube. He probably doesn't have a credit card.
Oh, he has credit cards. He's got business credit cards, personal credit cards. It's smarter to swipe your
using like the online stuff instead of like the personal bank stuff, because I still don't know how this works.
No, I know. I mean, I don't know how he does his. I don't know how he does his finances, but I mean, I know he's got like S corp set up, because the idea is like you set up an S corp instead of being a sole proprietor, because then you get tax breaks, and then you set up a C corp to run the S corp, and then you set up a LLC to run all of them, and then you set up a trust at the top, and everything that goes into the trust can't be taxed. So that's how you can like take profits and you roll them into these different entities, and then you can move your money around, and then like that's the way to do it. Like that's how like Buddy's family do it. That's how my family does it. There's like a trust, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like the money's like protected, and it makes money on its own.
It's weird that the generation before me knew how to do that, and the generation below me know how to do that, and I had no clue how to. I don't know how to do any of this.
Well, because dude,
I took a fucking intro to business class in like the schooling that I did up here, and I still like barely understand what the fuck you're talking about. Like I took tests on this shit like a year and a half ago, and I'm still like, wait, I don't fucking quite get it, you know?
Which honestly, like, supports my argument, that I typically get into. I'm just like, man, if you want to do something, the best way to do it is just to do it. You know what I mean? Because I've learned that for myself too. Like for me, I learned better just getting in and fucking shit up.
But personally, I don't want to learn how to use credit cards. You know,
though, you've already built your credit back up.
I did. I was lucky enough to do something smart and build my credit back up. But now I have credit cards, and to properly take care of credit cards, I still don't know like the proper way to do it. I just have it, you know, and I know just to not waterfall the credit, you know, like do not build up the credit too much. Don't use credit cards unless you need to.
So
ask Joseph, dude, because John knows. Because honestly, what I've been taught by these guys is you should not really ever swipe your ATM card. You should always swipe your credit card.
Totally. I felt like I had kind of a grip on it for a minute, like a few months ago, where I was like, oh shit, like you only buy shit that you have the money for, but you pay it with your credit card, and then you pay your credit card for that, you know?
Yeah.
So,
and then if you have a good credit card, you earn points and shit.
See, but a credit card charges you a percentage.
Yeah, for sure.
But not all of them. Some credit cards have like interest free of 6 months or 3 months or whatever. Don't you have something like that, Paul?
So
here, Reece, this is my cat.
I know. I heard the cat, and it's been one of my favorite guests of the whole podcast thing.
I knew you would love it.
Yeah. I got one of our 3 cats chilling right down here. She's like crashed out.
She's not loud at all.
Kitty's in a box, dude. What?
That's our outdoor kitty. We actually have a dog, 3 cats, and 4 goats.
You told me about the goats.
Yeah, I'd show you the goats, but it's dark out and there's no light out there. So
I know
I'm gonna bounce out for a second.
I know what goats look like.
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't me. It was the fucking goat or whatever. They superimposed me. Remember fucking Adam Sandler's goat? His goat
Is that
I
impression?
do. Hell yeah.
It's just the CD, right, that he had or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It
had
was
a
the,
cassette
yeah.
tape.
I
Yeah.
still listen to some. I have that Adam Sandler album. They're all gonna laugh at you. I still listen to some of that shit, man.
That shampoo conditioner, is that in there?
No, that's Billy Madison.
Okay, what's the other one that's on that CD?
Dude,
So,
well,
dude,
on
there's
that
the one.
on that
Go
one,
ahead.
he's got the I'm so wasted, where he's like,
Yeah, dude.
oh man, I'm super hot, super fucking stoned off that weed, and he's like, is that
was
weed I
pencil
sold
shavings.
you? And he's like, yeah, man, that was pencil shavings, and he's like, oh fuck, man, it must have been that beer you gave me, man, that's got me hella fucked up, and he's like, no, man, that was non-alcoholic beer, you know. Like, it just keeps fucking going and
And
going.
then it gets hella dark, and he's like, "I'm gonna kill myself," and he's like,
Yeah.
he's like,
And he's
"Oh,
like, did you use that gun that I sold you?
yeah." He's like,
Man,
that
"Oh,
was a
I
cap
don't remember that.
gun,
I gotta listen to it again. I gotta listen to it again.
this shit's
Oh,
so
No, my
bad."
fa-
did you
my-
use the gun I sold you, and it, it doesn't have bullets in it or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
There's
No,
one
dude, my
too where
favorite
they
is-
where they pick up the old
Go ahead.
man. You know that one?
Oh, what? I feel like I'm not sure if I remember that one.
It's all.
I
Like,
think I'm thinking of Toll Booth Willie.
Oh yeah, Tofu Willie. Dude, I forgot about that. Is that what it's called? They're all gonna laugh at you.
That's what the album is called. Yeah,
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to look it up.
it's got the buffoon on there. The dude who's like, I got a snake, Mike. One
Oh, you
time
know
I
what
fed
else?
it some beer, Mike.
Do you know what else is
I
on
looked
there?
at my asshole in the mirror once. It blew my fucking mind.
That's exactly it.
Dude, they have this skit where is this two men having raging butt sex or two men working out? And there's like, and it's just audio. So he puts the headphones on him and it's like, yeah, definitely take that. And he's like, it sounds like two men having sex. No, wrong. Two men doing 25-pound butterfly curls or whatever. You lose. So he's like, we're definitely having sex. It's so weird. So early in the like comedy game, dude.
Yeah, no shit. It was when people still made like proper comedy albums.
Oh, good times.
Speaking of proper comedy albums, dude, like when was the last like great comedy? I was listening to a podcast today. I don't know which one it was, but they were talking about like you can't make comedies anymore. Like if you go back and watch these, I think Paul and I were talking about it. You can't make like what was the last great comedy? Do you
Like
think?
stand up?
Like Talladega Nights?
Yeah,
Or
like
was it-
a comedy movie.
Was it like Hangover? Was that like the last?
The first Hangover was one of the last ones.
Like the last one that's like made
Like
it
of the-
through before like cancel culture started and stuff.
Yeah, like
you
the
know what I
raunchy
mean?
comedies before. Yeah.
I don't
Like
know.
the
I
old-
mean, I think of like the weird, like off the side, like niche stuff. Like, have any of you guys seen What We Do in the Shadows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
that was like, I don't know, like 8 years ago or something like that. But
That
that
was
movie
great.
fucked me up, dude. Like
Great
I
movie.
still that movie makes me fucking cry laughing every time, dude.
Oh, I love
That's
it.
that's the Johnny Depp vampire one, right?
No, come on.
It's not Johnny
Hell
Depp,
no.
but it's a vampire one.
It's hilarious. It's
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 the Conquistador guys. Concord
Flight of
guys.
the Concords movie. Yeah.
Flight of the
Well,
Conchords,
I've
yeah.
seen
One of
it.
them. One of the
Okay,
dudes.
I
One of
have.
them.
Oh, dude, it's fucking. I mean, there's a show too that's hella funny, but the movie is fucking like,
The movie's
dude,
way better.
it just it tickles my funny bone like fucking Monty Python and the Holy Grail or something.
What-
What's
hilarious.
what's it called
What is
again?
it? He's like, where's
In
Oh,
the
what-
shadows.
huh?
What We Do in the Shadows,
What we do in the shadows.
No, I know, but
He's-
where's he from? Or where are they
New
from?
Zealand,
New Zealand.
New Zealand.
And I know one guy became more popular than the other. He's made tons of movies.
Yeah, Taika Waititi. He made that awesome Thor movie.
Yeah. And then there's also like Penguin versus Shark or something like that with the other guy, and How to Be a Latin Lover with the other So
So I remember the first time I saw Aziz Ansari was on
he got canceled.
did he?
Yeah.
He brought up canceled culture. I just like to laugh when that's brought up.
That's so funny.
His was bullshit though. My
But yeah,
opinion.
I remember we used to watch that Flight of
Most
the
of it
Conchords
is.
all the time. Like, when was that? When did that come out?
Dude, that had to be like 15 years ago or some shit, dude.
I was gonna say 2006, 2005.
So that was like
Yeah,
the era
exactly.
where it was still okay. So I wonder, like, when did Hangover come out? I want to see when Hangover came out.
Reese, do you remember
I mean,
on that?
Go ahead, Paul.
What is it? What's the movie called again? In the Shadows.
What We Do in the Shadows?
What We Do in the Shadows. Do you remember like the werewolf part? Like, there's some like what? Why do I like? Because I've only seen it twice, but for some reason that werewolf part was. Oh, and then that one whenever he's like, what's the name of the guy? Peter? Is that like the really like old creepy?
Yes. The like 800-year-old vampire.
Yeah. And then do you remember like the wolf, like the werewolf?
Yeah,
jokes?
yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, there's a bunch of them, but it's like werewolves, not swearwolves. They're like trying not to curse so they don't get pumped up and turn into werewolves. You know, he's like, they're all pretty much like a support group to try to like, all right, everyone, like stay calm. And dude, the best shit is like, it's the night of the fucking full moon, so they're all out and they all like, they're gonna chain themselves to trees so they can't get out and like hurt anyone. And he's like, everyone got your sweatpants on? He's like, Jimmy, you got fucking jeans on, man. Like, you're just gonna rip out of those when you transform, man. Like, what are you thinking? You know?
Dude, I gotta watch
It's so fucking good.
It's hella
so
good. I
good.
just remember laughing the whole time. Like I said, I've only seen it like twice, which is not a lot for me because I can't like really remember all the jokes. But I just remember I remember like that Peter. They were like, they talk about him, and it's just because they have like the New Zealand accent, and so it's just like they're really like calm and like, and that's Peter, and he's like all like, he's like a fucking scary ass old vampire, but they treat him like he's just like one of the guys. Kind of, it's fucking funny.
Yeah, Tim, it's set up kind of like Real World style of like these 4 vampire roommates, all of like anywhere from like, the youngest one's probably like 85 or like 110 years old, and the oldest one's like 1,000 years old.
And then like they do like little sit down interviews, right?
Oh yeah, like
totally. They have like, yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah.
And they have like house meetings and shit. It's too funny, man.
I'm gonna have to watch that, dude. Yeah, we're looking.
I just know that. Like, say the first time I watched it was on like a Saturday, I fucking watched it again on Sunday because I was like, that can't have been as funny as I like remember it being.
I would need to watch.
It's like recording a song. You like record a song and you listen. You like gotta listen to it the next day to make sure. Like, was it dude. I thought it was last night.
Doesn't he have like an arch enemy who follows him throughout all of his lives and shit too? Or am I tripping?
I don't think so. That might be shit from the show.
Okay. Oh yeah, it might be.
So there's a movie and a show.
Yeah, there was a movie, and then they came out with a show that has like mostly different vampires, but kind of the same premise. And the show is actually hella funny too. I really like the show, but I think the movie is the place to start.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna go with comedies that I think are funny now as a TV show as well. Is the Letterkenny.
Oh, dude,
yeah, I watched a little bit of that. I don't know. It was like a little too much for me. It was like, I don't know what it was. It just didn't like tickle my funny bone,
Well, it was like they had the cold opening or whatever, and then it became a lot of the same. But when I first saw like the first episode, it made me fucking cry. And then they had more seasons, and it's like now it's just a lot of the same.
So what's it called, Mark?
Yeah, you're like
Letterkenny, yeah.
Letterkenny?
Yeah, Letterkenny.
Is it a comedy?
Yeah, it's a bunch of Canadians and their accent and their
it's like their culture and shit,
yeah,
too.
Their slang is hilarious. But just
kind of like this, like a ball breaking show, right?
Yeah, they just break those balls the whole time, dude. And like, it's so funny, but like it gets old. It gets old pretty quick.
It's a lot like Sunny in Philadelphia, where the creators wrote it, started it, and then just regurgitated it. But every once in a while, they just hit gold,
Dude,
Yeah.
some shit, dude. I was dying when I think you introduced me to it, right, Mark? Dude, when I first, dude, oh my god, same thing. I watched it all. I was like, I want more, dude. I want more.
Yeah.
All the jokes and all the little sayings, dude. It was like all these inside jokes you could have. Like, have you seen Letterkenny? Somebody's like, yeah. You're like, oh. Then you start using all the jokes and the words and shit.
Did
I
you
was
guys?
just like,
every time someone says, to be fair is the new, like, that's a thing, like, just the way they say to be fair.
To be
the way they
fair,
say it. So every time someone says it now, it's just like, haha, you know.
Yeah, I forgot. I forgot about all those things. I don't even remember. So we've been trying to think of movies to show Emma. So Emma and one of her friends, they're like movie buffs, which is so cool. Like we go to the movies all the time, and I'm like running out of like cult movies that they can watch because there's still some, but it's like they're a little too young still. So like, I don't know. Would you guys have any that you could think of? So they've already
of
seen,
like classics from like our shit, our classics.
Yeah, our
that
shit,
are like kid friendly.
Well, I mean, you know,
16, yeah.
I mean, they're 14, but I mean, they see fucking everything, right? But like
you wouldn't show them like Pulp Fiction or anything yet, would you?
No, absolutely not. And then there's like what, like so 16 Candles. I don't even think I want her to see 16 Candles yet because there's like
definitely kid friendly then.
But I let her watch Breakfast Club, and that was like a year ago, and I was like, yeah, it's kind of borderline, but like whatever. But like 16 Candles, hella rapey, you know, like towards the end.
Is it really?
Like yeah, it's like real rapey.
I don't remember. Yeah, I
don't remember that
in like decades.
But yeah, so I mean, you know, like of course, like Goonies and like Home Alone and freaking like all of them,
like, you know? Labyrinth and Princess Bride and all that shit.
So she got doses of those too early, to where I think I showed them to her too early, because I think I should have waited until now. I think she would have appreciated them more, because as a kid, Dark Crystal was like her favorite movie, but she felt like a weirdo because nobody fucking knew what the hell Dark Crystal was. You know what I mean? And so then
I don't know what Dark Crystal is.
It's like a dark.
Dude, it's the shit.
You'll have to watch it, dude. You'll have to watch it. It's really old, so you have
it's
to.
Old
like,
Jim Henson Muppet shit.
Oh, really?
But it's like fantasy.
Yeah.
It's not like, it's like hardcore,
it's not,
like fantasy.
Not like
shit.
goofy.
Yeah, it's not goofy.
Not corny.
So
I fucking love that shit.
And then Labyrinth, like she's seen The Shining. I've showed her.
Oh shit.
Like she's seen some where I'm like, fuck, forgot that was in this movie. You know, like some movies like that, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm trying, so I want to show her Empire Records, but Sarah was like, I don't know, that one's kind of sketchy. But I'm like, fuck, dude, she's already seen The Shining. She's already seen fucking.
Ooh, how does High Fidelity have any bad shit in it?
Ooh, High Fidelity's a fucking awesome one.
Hella good.
So I was like, I want to show her Empire Records.
I don't think that has any like bad shit in it. And we actually just rewatched Empire Records like a few months ago for the first time in fucking years. And the only thing I can think of is that there's like the suicide shit where like the girl is
taking the pills and shit.
Yeah, she like shaves her head because she like has like bandages on her wrist from trying to kill herself and shit, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I watched with my mom, and me and my mom and brother, we laughed the whole time, no awkward parts. Tommy Boy.
Oh,
so good.
Oh my god.
So
dude, don't get me started on Chris Farley.
It holds up
during the long time.
The only like iffy part is the you want me to jack you off? What kind of hotel is this? That's like the only like kind of like whatever. But like other than that, it's pretty clean and pretty wholesome, and like it has a really like family orientated story to it.
Yeah,
and
Black
really
Sheep is like that
well.
too.
Like, it's so funny still.
Black Sheep,
Black
funny,
Sheep is
right?
even more tame. I feel like, yeah.
But it's like more of like a heartwarming like movie, right?
I would say Tommy Boy is more heartwarming. I think.
Really?
Mark, does your
Black
cat
Sheep and
just meow
Tommy
like
Boy's
that
like-
all the time?
She's just constantly talking.
She's so like needy.
Did
Yeah,
anybody
it's very
watch?
cute. I like it.
I have to walk her to her food. Like she won't unless
Dude.
I walk her to her food.
So Zero used
I
to do
remember
that. You
that
used to have
game.
to touch his food before he'd eat it. You like literally have to bend down and like
It's
make a
annoying.
noise with it, and then he'd eat
Dude, cats will take full advantage of like all the control they could get over you. Like
it.
This
when
cat-
I think about my old cat David, and like, dude, the shit like that I told myself like when she was alive that it was just like her being picky or whatever, and like after she passed away, I realized like that was me enabling that shit. Like I
Yeah.
created all of those things. Like if the food had been sitting there for a little while and she would like hover over it, but she didn't eat it, I would fucking throw it back in the bag and shake it up and then put some new food out. And she knew she could get that shit. And I was like, oh, she's just picky as fuck. No, I was like too weak to like stand my ground, and I let her walk the fuck all over me.
Yeah, dude. Cats will totally exploit kindness for weakness, dude. Every time.
Oh, dude.
I've been
take
away
full
from the house.
advantage.
I was away from the house since Sunday, and we got a dog and a cat, and that dog and cat slept the whole time and barely ate. And then, my girlfriend, she's like, yeah, they're just cuddling me, and then, they're fine. And then I come home and they're like, yeah, you need to walk me to your food. You need to give me treats. I'm just like, son of a bitch. Yeah,
Like-
they take full advantage of me.
They make you feel
Dude, we have-
guilty for leaving.
We have 8 creatures. It comes from every fucking direction, dude. Like, I wake up every morning to the 2 inside cats, like fucking knocking shit over and fucking walking all over me because they know that I will wake up at like 6:30 and that I'll feed them as soon as I wake up, And then I fucking come outside and the fucking outdoor cat is like meow meow and the fucking goats are like wah. And I'm like, dude, I haven't even had fucking coffee yet, Like this is the like little 5-minute routine I do like as soon as I step out of bed,
Like
why is the outdoor cat?
Because she likes it outside a lot.
Okay.
And Christine, my girlfriend, already had 2 indoor cats that like aren't really cool with other cats. So, so that's where it's at. Our outdoor cat was like a friend of ours who used to live here. Was trying to see if somebody wanted to like take over possession of her cat, and my girlfriend took her on. So, we're actually kind of looking for a place that she might be able to be inside sometimes because she likes to be inside sometimes, but we just have too much going on. She's got we have a little laundry room out here that she hangs out in, and she's got a little like cat house with like a little bed and insulated and shit like that. But it is what it is.
Semi-indoors in the laundry room.
Yeah, totally. She's got, it rains a lot up here, and she's got like protection. So,
my cat's a little friggin' murderer, dude. Brings us like birds and lizards almost every day.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude.
That's what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, he's so proud of himself too.
He's just good at it, better at it than probably most cats.
So when he brings them in, he's like sounds like Mark's cat. He's just like, "Rrr, rrr."
Like let everybody know what's up.
You could tell every time, like, oh, he has something just by the way he is like meowing. You know what's crazy about cats? Cats do not meow to communicate with other cats. They only meow to communicate with humans.
Damn.
Like cats don't meow at other cats when they want something. You know what I mean? Or for the most part, just quiet, right?
They only do it when they're like being aggro.
Or if they're being aggro, they make noises. They sound like people. But like cats meow, like you walk into their room, meow. Like that's strictly for you. Like that's not like.
Oh, for sure.
Isn't that weird, dude? Like they only meow for humans. They don't meow like my cat doesn't even meow at my dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think that's like interesting. I don't know why,
but
it is super interesting to me.
It's not a big deal, dude. It's just a cat. It's just mouths. I don't see what the big deal is.
Hey, it's just it's not megafauna, so who really cares? It's just a domesticated, inbred animal.
That's it. That's a good segue, dude.
A good segue into Chichen Itza.
Let's go. Let's do it. I have notes right here.
You want to talk? You want to talk about the Hunger Dryas period, Mark?
Dude, I'm gonna say it's no big deal, you know.
Reece, do you know
Reece,
what
you want to talk about ancient history?
do you know what the Unger Dryas is?
No, I don't know what that is. I'm down to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about.
Well, Unger Dryas is just like
Did you say hunger dries?
it's Unger, isn't it Unger? Unger?
Why? Younger dries.
younger. Oh, younger. Younger Dryas.
Mhm.
Anyways, it's saying like we got bombarded, you know, by asteroids and shit, and that's what took out most of the megafauna, like the woolly mammoths and the giant like saber-toothed tigers and shit, and essentially a higher
Pre-dinosaur.
civilization, a more intelligent and advanced human civilization as well. And there's like proof, geological proof. Like, I mean, you know, proof. I use proof lightly, but evidence that like massive amounts of water like melted instantly and rushed through like these canyons and shit. And they think it was because nuclear. And there's hella, and they do core samples. There's like a ton of iridium, and iridium is only found in space. It's not really found on Earth, you know. So that's like what they think. So there's like a lot of evidence to support that. There's a lot of people that believe it, but there's also a lot of opponents, you know,
Well,
that don't like that think opposite of that. Right? I think. I mean, as far as I'm just an idiot. You know, I don't know everything. That's the way
it's hard. It's hard to even know how people who are trying to figure out what happened like hundreds of thousands of years ago would even begin that fucking process, you know?
Well, I think of it the same way like John Muir. Like John Muir fucking cruised around fucking Yosemite and all through our national park, you know, like walked through Yosemite, was like, you know what? After looking at this shit for how long was he? Like, it was like 12 years or something. He's like, after looking at all this shit, it kind of looks like a glacier fucking slid through here. You know what I mean? I just feel like if you could look at something long enough, I mean, John Muir figured out a lot just by being on feet, boots on the ground. Now we have satellites, core samples, pictures over like hundreds of years and how things have changed. And there's smart people that could take all that data and make like deductive, like, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Make a core example from all that or whatever. But like I say, it's not like proof, but it's evidence that it's possible.
Mainstream history and mainstream science, like up to 90%, agree with the Younger Dryas, though.
Yeah. It's like
Younger Dryas is like overwhelmingly overwhelming, like it definitely happened. So but the only thing they don't know is if it was caused by a comet strike or a solar flare or something else. But
nuclear war.
It definitely happened 12,500 years ago. That's like for sure proven because of the ice core sample. So like everybody agrees with that part of it. But of course, nobody agrees on whether or not people were advanced before that comet hit or before that solar flare hit. Or
Christians don't agree with that.
Isn't there
not only 12,000 years ago?
So wasn't there? I think did they find what's it called? Something Pithecus? It's like a giant human, wasn't it? Like a giant, like a giant, right?
I don't fuck with giants personally. I don't know. I don't really believe in giants. I don't know.
Oh, I thought that was like tied into the Younger Dryas because they found a femur bone that was like the size of like a human leg, like an entire one of our legs, like a femur bone.
They do find a lot of crazy ass skeletons like that, but I guess for those, I just haven't seen like solid evidence. Kind of. I guess I've seen some pretty big skulls though, like giant skulls.
The giant skulls too.
Solid evidence of some really big ass people.
I mean, if you believe in some things, why is it out of the realm to believe in something else?
I guess I don't know. I try to figure out where to draw the line sometimes, or how far, like how much to believe, like and how much evidence is out there. But it's like
it's a hard line to draw, man.
Because I love
like if you find a femur bone, it might not be a giant femur bone. It might be some other animal, but you know, obviously there was much larger creatures at some point in our life.
Well, there's like mainstream science, and then there's alternative science, and mainstream history and alternative history, and both of them have really good, make incredible points, and have really good like ideas. So I like to just take from both of them and like kind of do like
think for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Because there's some things.
All you can kind of do is like go with what makes like the most sense to you. Like This is all conjecture across the board. Like, of course, there's some shit to back up some of this shit, like to a certain extent, but like once you can believe that, this shit has been going on for however fucking many thousands of years, like it's wide open to me. Shit, like even like Jesus is like that's like 2,000 years ago. That's still kind of wide open to me. Like, what the fuck do I know what's happened in 2,000 years? Like. I can trust pretty closely what's happened
like
in
200 years ago. I mean, even with American history,
exactly,
it's like, fuck, dude, you don't really fucking know, dude. And we're finding out like a lot of shit's a lie from just like 50 years ago. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's
most
crazy.
Definitely.
You just gotta believe.
So at that
what you
point,
want
fuck, dude. Like, yeah, exactly. Like,
the mystery.
Kudos
is
to the motherfuckers. For sure. Kudos to the motherfuckers who like can like put in the fucking time to like get that data and be able to understand that data, and like I'm down to fucking find out about what other motherfuckers find out for sure. But like I go down to like the dinosaur Wikipedia black hole of like those like Mesozoic eras and shit like twice a year for like 2 hours at a time, where I'm like, holy fucking shit, dude, like. I believe crazy. That shit. Like I believe that shit. And I mean, I guess we find fossils and shit, so that's like some pretty hard proof. But
dude, and we're here that's for such a small fraction of time, dude. If you think we're on the scale of 12,000 fucking years, dude, like what's 70?
More than that,
years, dude.
Of more than that, dude. Like hundreds of thousands of years. Like it's fucking
crazy.
It's wild.
It's crazy
dude.
Because if you think about it, like. There was a comet or a solar flare, something hit the Earth, whatever, and fucked the Earth up 12,500 years ago and 10,500 BC. But the Earth is such a fucking old thing, 3 billion years old, that is a small ass. We barely missed that if you think about it. Like, we barely missed.
That's why I was like, dude, 12,000 years ago, like obviously that's more than we'll ever be able to comprehend, but it's not that fucking much in the grand scheme,
in the big scheme, in the whole scheme of things. Yeah, it's like really close to where we're at right now. It's like pretty crazy. And they say like, it's kind of like I guess a good thought to have or whatever. I don't know, but they say like the chances of another comet or anything hitting us like that is like super astronomical. Like it'll be a long time before it happens again because it literally just happened. So it's like, expect it to not happen again for like hundreds of thousands of years.
Until Yellowstone erupts.
Yeah. In that grand scheme of timelines, California is ready for their next,
disaster.
That word.
Catastrophe.
Oh, dude.
Catastrophe.
I had like when I first moved from Oakland and I moved to Flagstaff for a little while, like there was many bigger reasons why I made that move, but part of that was I was reading about the fucking plates and about that we were fucking due for some shit. And that last month that I was living in Oakland, I was living on a fucking on a boat in the dock in Emeryville, and it was like hella tight. I like wasn't working. I was like sitting there having coffee on the deck like all day, chilling out, and I'm reading these fucking things about the shit's gonna come, and I'm like in the water. And I'm like having nightmares about 100-foot waves and shit. And I was like, I'm fucking going inland, dude. Like I am getting away from this shit.
Oh,
you were in a vulnerable position.
Yeah, and here I am now. I live like fucking like a half a mile from the fucking water, dude.
That's so funny.
If the shit goes down, we're fucked up here.
So we're still waiting for California to fall into the fucking ocean, obviously.
Yeah.
See,
all the way up to the 5. That's what they said. All the way up to Sacto.
Yeah.
Oh, the coast from the 5 to the coastline is gonna fall off.
The shit that I was reading was like, when the plates move and the wave comes and the fucking sea levels rise at that point, Sacramento will be like the fucking coast.
Fuck yeah, me too, dude. I'm gonna have an
so you guys. All three of y'all are all okay out there where you're at.
Yeah,
I will not be.
I
will not be okay.
Because like, even though we're due for one, it could also just not happen for another 1,000 years.
Exactly.
For sure.
Yeah.
So it's just like you just don't know. It's like
that's like Yellowstone, right? The Yellowstone is like a massive volcano. Like they thought it was like a crater, but it turns out it's like a filled in top of a volcano. And the last time it erupted was like, or it erupts every 6,000 years, and it hasn't erupted in like 8,000 years or something. So like it's fucking
Oh
due.
shit.
Yeah, it's been due. I've been hearing that since like high school. They're like Yellowstone's due, like it's past due. And they're like, that'll fucking take a chunk of us.
Nevada actually has more faults and earthquakes than California, but they're so tiny. But they have become more often. You know, so we have little like 4.0 earthquakes or whatever, but shit's starting to shift. You know.
Yeah.
Crazy. So you guys have more free.
We've had a couple big ones out here in the few years that I've been up here for sure.
Yeah, really? Nevada feels them.
Yeah, there was one like maybe a month ago that was like, I think it was like a 7 point, like it was fucking like
that's big.
Proper.
Was it like
was
rolling?
Big, dude.
Because there's like different ones.
It was.
Yeah,
it was like enough to where like you like stop, realize what's happening, make a decision on what to do, and like go outside, which is what we ended up doing or whatever. But it was like a full like, you know, full on fucking heavy duty one, most definitely. And that's I think the second like over 6 point whatever something that's been up here since I've been up here.
Did you ever experience like a heavy earthquake when you live in the Bay Area?
Yeah, I did. I don't know what I think it was like a 6.5 or something like that.
You could feel that for sure.
Dude, that one was like in the middle of the night and it was extended. Like I remember sleeping on my belly, holding onto my mattress for dear life. Like the earth is crumbling in and I'm going to fall. Like I'm about to die for like.
When you lived at the warehouse?
When I lived at the warehouse the last time. Yeah. Before it caught on fire.
So the little, like the skinny loft one?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
so
okay.
I want to hear how long, because I know how long it must have felt and how long it really was. What did it feel like to you?
It felt like 2 minutes to me, and it was probably like 20 seconds or something like that. But it felt like enough time to like
in the moment though.
Dude,
shit.
I was preparing for death. Straight up. I was like, all my nightmares have come true, and the earth is crumbling in on itself.
When you're preparing for death, that moment lasts forever.
So,
oh my
God, the funny story is, I was in Ripon during the '89 San Francisco
earthquake. Yeah,
earthquake, and I didn't feel it because I was in the air riding my bicycle. I was like doing a jump. Never felt it.
Jesus.
I never felt an earthquake until I moved to Nevada. And this was actually recently, like, because usually I'm doing something or I'm sleeping or something where it doesn't, like, I've never felt it. And then
at
one point, my brother Kyle calls me up. He's like, "Did you finally feel one?" I was like, "Oh, I thought it was just a truck driving by my house." Because my house is poorly insulated, you know, it's an older foundation. So I was just like, but I did feel that, like I felt it. So it took me 41 years to feel an earthquake and know that's what I was doing. Like I was feeling.
I felt them before, but it's kind of like what Reece says. You're like, oh shit. Oh wait, is this an earthquake? And then it's like over. You're like, oh shit, that was.
And then it's over. Yeah.
But then I remember one time it was a 6.9, something like that. Emma was in the hospital, so we were out in Redwood City, and we're in this hotel on the top floor, and Sarah and I are playing Scrabble, and she like keeps telling, she's like, stop it, because I always like my legs are always bouncing, you know what I mean? So she's like, stop it, and so she reaches under the table to like push my legs down, and my legs weren't moving. I was like, I'm not doing it, and we're like, what the fuck? And then we like clicks. Oh shit, and we're like on the second floor, so we like go stand in the doorways, you know, and then finally it stops. We're like, oh damn. So I immediately go look out the window, and there's like a couple walking out, and I'm like, hey, did you guys feel that? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, that was pretty big, right? They're like, you know, you're on the peninsula. I'm like, fuck, dude. I was like, that was kind of scary, dude. But it was like rolling.
Yeah, dude.
It was like, it felt like a wave. It was a trip.
Yeah, I saw a couple when I was in Oakland that were like downtown where there were buildings or like the Whole Foods that I worked at, and the fucking like windows were like, and like the building, like not just the fucking windows, but the building, like you could see the earth like
rolling,
fucking
like,
far
rolling.
out, dude.
Yeah, it is far
It's
out.
terrifying.
It's crazy. It is terrifying.
Kinda
It was
cool.
a creepy feeling, dude.
It's kind of cool that they like build buildings with that in mind, though, and that like you know what I'm
That's
saying.
awesome.
Like that's a pretty amazing of,
sure.
like, of the human race to like think ahead that far and to like actually have it work. Like it's crazy to think about.
Well, shit,
Well,
the
with
1906
all your-
wiped everything out.
History
dude.
lessons that you have been bringing to the table, has happened. Like that, there are people smart enough to know we're going to build this tall ass building and
Still.
know that it will survive if it goes like this.
Yep.
That's
Thank
freaking
God for
amazing.
people
Yeah.
that love math, dude, because without those people, dude, we'd be pretty fucked.
It's crazy.
It's
Like
making
Megan Ford
All they're
loves
doing
math.
is building it this way and then shoving shit in this way. You know what I mean?
yeah. One of the keys is to make sure none of
was
the
trying to
blocks
be
are the
funny.
same size or whatever.
So I seen a thing where they build
I
like
was trying to be your Mike McDaniels guy or whatever.
they build like a platform, and then they put like these stilts on that platform, and then they build like another platform on top of it so it can like move like back and forth and shit.
And it's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
To move,
but
but
it's like this.
the platform on bottom is like bigger, so and it's like essentially it rolls. It's like a
You guys know? You guys know the building, the Burj Dubai?
the Burj Dubai.
It's the tallest
Hang
building
on.
in the world right now. And they have a system that has like a big giant weight to where when the building sways one way or another, the weight off what do you call it? Catches it. or
Yeah.
It keeps it in balance or whatever. It's pretty interesting the way they did it because it is like the biggest building in the world. So just wind alone, they have to have it, but like it also will work during an earthquake and it'll work during like certain monsoon or whatever.
Damn.
Like yeah, it's pretty interesting, and it's like a big weight that's like right in the middle of the building that's hanging down, and like if it sways, like whatever way the building sways, this weight counteracts. That's
It
what
counterbalances it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Dude, that's crazy. It's like the same technology. So Ryan was working for this company in the Bay Area for like a year or two that dealt in like super high end audio equipment, like mostly like European shit. And he told me about this one like trade show that they went to where they had a turntable that was like $250,000, and part of it was that there was a fucking giant like whatever quarter ton, half ton weight on the thing to do that, to have it counterbalance. So like it had like I think like cement or stone like legs, and they would let you like go up and like kick the fucking legs as hard as you could, and like very slowly the weight would like move, and like the turntable would just like stay level.
Wow.
Well, it's like the same technology, but
Yeah.
it's like that's what if you're like Kanye and you want to spend $250,000 on a turntable just because it costs that much, that's what you're gonna get, you know.
It's
Well,
like
if you
people
get
with
the
one.
bass and the crowd going, bouncing all at the same time.
You need the turntable to stay still. Yeah.
I also want to point out, you look so sexy right now, Reece.
Who, me?
Yeah, your pose right now, yes, it's perfect.
You're like trying to
My
surround all of us.
My
Like, if
phone's
you-
fucking almost dead, and I gotta put it on the side table. It's whatever.
if
You're like
you
trying
were
to seduce
dating
all of us,
someone
and
right
it's
now,
working.
you would use this as a profile picture on some dating website for sure.
Oh my god! I hope I never
Sorry.
have to use one of those ever again in my life.
Paul, do the wrinkle your forehead, Paul.
Wrinkle my forehead.
Is that
Can't
it?
even do it anymore. You want to hear
Oh,
that
that's
story?
Paul's like Tinder picture
So
or hella high.
I was in 6th grade, right? And the most popular show when I was in 6th grade was 90210. And what's his name?
Yeah.
And Luke Perry was on there, and he's like an old ass motherfucker on there, right? Like
Oh
he's
hell
like
yeah!
30
Yeah.
playing a 16-year-old. And so he had like a wrinkly forehead. And
For
so
sure.
I thought that's what all the girls liked about him. So I used to go to class and go to school and be like this the whole time, trying to like,
Like that all
get a
day.
wrinkly forehead. And this one girl was like, she was like, I found out she liked me. And her friend goes, why do you like him? And she goes, because his eyes are really big.
Oh Oh shit! Holy shit!
Me trying to wrinkle my forehead and shit in class.
Oh my god!
Just working on it.
Yeah, just
That's
working
hella
on
good, dude.
working on my Luke Perry.
That's a fucking good story. I love that. That's what you thought they liked about him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's because he wrinkled. You're
It's
like
not the
studying
hair.
the picture.
He's not like a good-looking dude. It's the wrinkles in his fucking forehead.
You know how the guys do math to make sure like turntables don't fucking skip or whatever? It's like Joseph's doing that kind of like that methodology. He's like staring at a picture of Luke Perry, like, why do they like him so much? You know, he's like analyzing it and shit. He's like, it's the wrinkles in the forehead. It's gotta be.
Hey, I was just trying to get any female to like me when I was 12 years old. That was like my goal, you know?
Oh, dude, so check this out. So my
little cousin, for real.
So you guys know my cousin Jeffrey Fritos or whatever. So his nephew, I think Paul, you know Babos, right? Maybe not.
Yep.
Okay,
No,
so Babos'
son.
So Babos' son, Julius, who's my little cousin, he's gonna be 11 in like next month. So he asks his dad, he's like, hey, or no, he asks his son, he's like, hey, what, you know, your birthday's coming up, what do you want to do? And he's like, I want to go to Hooters. And he's like,
oh my god,
he's like, this motherfucker's gonna be 11, dude, and he wants 11? To go to Hooters. And he's like, it's crazy because they took him to see a some football game. I forget where they went. They went to some game or whatever, and they got really good tickets for some reason. I don't remember why, but they were like down, and he's like, as soon as the cheerleaders came out, this fool was like standing up and was just like heck of looking, dude. This heck of looking. He's like, this is crazy. This is wild. I gotta watch this fool. He's like 10, you know, and he's already wanting to go to Hooters.
Dude, do you remember how into girls you were when you were 11, dude? Holy shit.
Oh yeah, they're my world, man, and everything. Well, maybe
I was
not.
like
Like
barely started being into him at that age.
11, dude. I was still playing with Hot Wheels and taking apart RC cars, dude.
When I was 11, I was fucking smoking weed with you guys.
By the way, I hella know Babos. We made songs together, Tim.
Okay, yeah, that's right. I was trying to. I just forget like who of my friends know like them. You know.
Yeah, I love Babos.
Yeah.
It still surprises me to this day that I'll have like one friend that I've had or known for 20 years, another friend or somebody I've known for 20 years, and these two people I've never met. I'm like, how is it even fucking possible?
Yeah.
Like, I've known you for 30 years. I've known you for 30 years, like closely, and you guys have never met? Like, that happens on a regular basis, and it blows my mind. I'm like, how is this even possible?
We had cousin Dan on, and I didn't realize I knew that dude, you know?
Oh, Daniel? Yeah, like
he knows you. He knows you because he's like a fan.
Yeah. I was just like, and I hate the fact that that's the reason why. But he's like, yeah, dude, I met you back in like 2003. I'm like, son of a bitch.
He just used to come to KFC shows all the time and just.
I don't remember that long ago.
We love you guys. Huh?
I don't remember that long ago, you know?
Like, do you remember, or did you see the pictures that I sent you that were up in my aunt's garage?
No. Oh, yeah, dude, that's in Lathrop, right?
Shirt.
It's like a frame with the KOT and like a CD.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah, it's sick, dude.
So yeah, it was in my aunt's garage.
So crazy.
Damn.
I was hella
speaking of fucking 20 years ago.
Dude, speaking of 20 years ago, the video at the Moose Lodge that we made is on YouTube. It's like the very first video on my channel. It's got like thousands of views, dude. A lot of people love it, dude. Crazy.
The Moose Lodge. What is that? The full concert?
Yeah, well, no, it's just Let's Be Free. It's one song, but it's all edited and stuff. And I chopped off the beginning.
Yeah, where was that? I remember that show was with Thought Riot, but I don't remember. Was that in like Turlock or like some off the side place like that? Where was it?
It was in Modesto, on like the south side, pretty much, off of Santa Cruz.
Right?
So no, if you like, depending on which direction you're heading, you turn off of Yosemite on Santa Cruz towards the river, and there's like the road like dead end into the river, and then there was like this little lodge. It was just like a lodge.
I mean, I guess anything on that side of the 99 in Modesto, I'm like, I don't know where the fuck that is. I think the first time I went to Modesto Junior College on that side, I was like, wait, there's shit on this side of the fucking freeway. I never even been over there.
I think it was like a plea for peace thing or something, wasn't it? It was some kind of charity or something. Or
We never
I
got
don't know. I just remember that Thought Riot. I remember that Thought Riot was the headliners,
and they hated us.
Yeah.
They loved us.
Yeah, they didn't like us. At the time, I was like, dude, what the fuck are they talking about? Like, we're badass. And not that I don't think that we were badass anymore, but when I listen back to KOT stuff now, I'm like, it's not like hella innovative or anything like that. I think I thought at the time, like, oh, we're like pulling in all these different like influences and whatever. And like, it's upon further reflection, it's not as broad as it felt like at the time. And again, I'm like, I still love listening to that shit, and it's absolutely appealing to me. But like, like we had our own little like, we do weird spastic noisy stuff every now and again sometimes. But for the most part, it was just like a regular old ska punk band,
Yeah, just a regular old ska punk band.
In my opinion, we did really, we stole a lot of influence, and that was the only.
Oh, for sure.
So we were not innovative, and we were not anything special. But at that time, we were stealing so many things from people where we were a punk ska hip hop band, but it wasn't any, I think it's really special, but it wasn't anything.
Yeah, for sure.
New,
Da Vinci says that geniuses steal and idiots try to create their own thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of like sayings like that. They say like real art is stolen, and whatever original art is.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, I'm absolutely proud of like the shit that we did, and especially considering like, even then, like say when we started KOT shit, like y'all were like 17, 18 and I was 12. To me, y'all were like 35. You know what I mean? Like, and then now thinking about it, I'm like, even the oldest ones in the band were only like fucking 17 or 18, dude. Like we were all kids, Yeah,
we were all still
it felt
kids.
to me, at some point, it felt to me like I was the only kid. And then I'm like, no, we're fucking all kids in that band.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. I mean, look at it. Dude, so when we were on tour, I was fucking 20 years old. I was like 20 years old, dude. I mean, so like think of a 20-year-old fucking boy right now.
Yeah.
It's a kid. He's a kid.
If I said, you put a 20-year-old in front of me, I'd be like, that's a fucking child, dude. Like,
it's a fucking child, dude. And we did MapQuest all the way across the country and back, dude.
You turned 21 on tour, or you turned 21 on tour?
No, it would have been before tour because you're in May and we were gone in June, right?
Yep. Okay. So yeah, I like just turned 21. That's
because
right.
I remember I lost my wallet and I had to have you buy me beers at one point. And you were what, 13? 13, 14?
No.
This was like 16.
I get younger since we're 20 years away, I was 11. No, I was 16.
Yeah, I was 16.
I was 16.
It was a sophomore summer, right?
No, it was the summer in between my junior and senior year.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't that big of a deal. It wasn't that, but it's still, dude, it's crazy to think, man. It was cool. I think that we were starting to get towards the end. I think we were starting to kind of find our like sound, like with those songs that never got recorded. Those were some cool songs. Like some people still bring, like Jason Coltharp. You remember Jason Coltharp? He still brings up.
Yeah, I think about him every time I drive to my parents' house because I remember buying Coke from him at that little house that he had right around the corner for a minute.
So, dude, he works with me. I see him like every day. So,
Jesus Christ.
He always brings up that song. He's like, man, I really wish you guys would have recorded that song, the Butterflies Crawling song or whatever. And he like sings it and he like hums it. I'm like, that's crazy that you remember like how it sounds because I remember how it sounds too. But like, it's a trip, dude.
Dude, I remember parts of it. Like, I feel like I pride myself that I can like remember for the most part, like my parts in most of the bands that I've been in my life. And like, I test myself sometimes and I do remember like a good chunk of that shit, even like KOT songs. But there was those last like 2 KOT songs that we wrote that like I have maybe like 5 total seconds between the total songs that I can even hum. Like I don't remember.
Really?
I like what my memory of them is like on the tip of my tongue. You know, I remember the intro to one of the songs, and that's like all I have of those songs.
The intro is the sickest.
And then I just
part
think
is
about all our gear getting taken because we didn't pay our rent.
Yeah, we didn't pay our rent, and Mark was already over it. He quit already because of Jamie. He wants to blame it on me, but it was Jamie.
I mean, dude, when I look back on that time, I feel like shit because I was a fucking kid and I didn't have any money to contribute, and y'all were like, "We need money to like pay this shit," and I was like, "That's cool. I don't like know what that means."
Never your fault. It was never your fault.
I didn't get a job until after KOT was done. You know, like
Yeah. No,
So,
it was.
I lived on my $5 a day allowance and fucking.
It ran its course, man.
I want to get a little away from KOT, but I do want to bring up, and I'm sorry I'm going to bring this up, Reece, but can you share your experience of getting crushed by 2 cars? The van and the.
Oh fuck! Yeah! I forgot about that.
At that party for
who
Amber,
were we-
man. Jason Rossi.
Yeah, we were at a party in Manteca. Yeah, Jason Rossi.
It's amazing.
I don't remember. Oh, okay. I remember that. All right, I was like leaning against like a car, a van, something that was parked blocking the driveway, and Jason Rossi was in smoking weed in a car in the driveway and accidentally knocked it out of park. So it got me, and it came pretty slow. So like. Fuck! I forgot all about this, Mark. I seriously haven't thought about this.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Years,
I didn't mean to bring
no,
it
it's
up.
okay. It's okay.
Mark's like I pushed
no, it's not.
Reese's like I pushed the trauma out. Thanks, Mark.
Sorry,
No,
yeah.
dude, it's not. This is not the trauma. This is not like I've been to fucking jail. I had like kidney stones. Like that's not on my trauma list at all, dude. Like
So
it didn't
the
even
song
make the
"Just
cut.
Go
But I
Away."
brought it.
The song
brought
"Just
it back
Go
up.
Away" is about you getting smashed in those cars. It's about that night.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Because
But yeah, Paul, pretty much like the car, like he knocked it out of park and it like hit me like maybe like I think my knees or like my thighs, like it crushed me in between the thing, and like it took like a minute for them to get the car off. And I remember like I don't think I passed out, but I like went hella white and I went into shock. I went into shock for sure.
Yep.
Were you injured?
So
Seriously
luckily,
injured?
the way he was positioned behind, like he was on the soft metal of a car,
like the
and
fender.
another vehicle with the soft metal like squished him into it.
So he's like pinned, but he wasn't not like your brother, Paul. Like your brother got fucked up.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It was.
It was like he started freaking out, like
about the most mild version of what happened to your brother. But like, yeah, I that's probably the first time I ever like went into shock that I can remember, because I remember white? That like, yeah, I went hella white. My fucking shit went hella cold. I was like, my vision was like I just did a whippet, you know, like. I remember that shit.
Do you remember, dude? I was just telling the story the other day. Do you remember? I think it was your birthday. And we were in Modesto. I don't know what birthday it was. Maybe your 21st birthday or something. And we took a bunch of shrooms. Me, you, and Jason Coulthard. And we were sitting on the curb.
Is this out by Brendan Theater?
Yes, dude. Right in front of the movie theaters. And then I had
I don't remember if that was my birthday, but yeah, that I tripped on mushrooms by myself at home that night, all night. I remember that one.
I'm having a bad trip. Could you take me home? And I'm like, yeah, we'll take you home.
No. Well, dude, I feel like we played a show, and then we played a show in downtown Modesto, and then we ate mushrooms at like 10 o'clock on a fucking school night.
Yeah, that's right.
Because I remember
young kids, Tim. Damn it!
And I remember like getting home at like midnight and getting in bed, getting naked. I turned on my Christmas lights. I listened to Kid A by Radiohead on like repeat, and I smoked like a pack of cigarettes in my bed, like tripping, and I had to go to school the next day.
All right, since we're still on Reece and he's the guest,
I used to go to work on shrooms all the time, dude.
The Santa Cruz show where you also tripped out,
Oh, where we took shrooms twice, and I had a bad trip. Yeah, I remember that one.
We were playing with
That was where the
creeps. Yeah.
It was Night of the Living Dead. So yeah, we took mushrooms earlier in the day, and they were such good mushrooms that we decided to take them again. Which like I've learned since then, like you don't do them twice in a day, dude. Like do the trip and just do the trip. Like you can't like redo that.
Appreciate the trip.
You can't re-trip.
Appreciate the trip. Yeah.
Appreciate the trip.
So yeah, we tripped started tripping right before we played, and I remember that was a super fun show. But then the Creeps played after us, Heidi's band, and they were playing Night of the Living Dead on a projector, and I was all pumped up, shrooming out for the second time, feeling good. I got in the mosh pit, and I got like kind of tossed from the mosh pit and got the wind knocked out of me from like running into a guitar amp. And I got the wind knocked out of me, and I look up and fucking there's like kids eating people's arms and shit. And it was like,
damn.
I was like, oh, this is what a bad trip is. Just like impending doom over everything, And I went outside and was just like hell fucking paranoid. I ended up after a while, I was trying to like hang and like talk with people, but I was like not doing well at all. I remember hanging out there with Mark and Brian.
Yeah, you were like laying on a picnic table,
dude.
And then
I remember that.
Me and Brian ended up arguing with the security guard.
Yes, dude.
Oh, that's right.
Brian was taking a piss, and the guy's like, "Hey, let me see your ID." And Brian's like, "Fuck you, let me see your ID." Brian's the only guy I know that'll take. Brian's the only guy that'll take mushrooms and be like hella aggro on shrooms. He's like pissing.
No
the guy goes, "Let me see your ID." And he's like, "Give me your flashlight." He tries to grab the guy's flashlight. Or I think he does, and he starts shining it in the security guard's face, like, "Give me your ID, bro. Give me your ID."
I fucking forgot about that.
And we're like, we gotta get the fuck out of here, dude. So there, you know what? There's a couple pictures from that night, and it's crazy because if you know,
this is like 1999.
you can tell we are all fucking fucked up, dude. Our eyes are like, boo. There's a picture.
I was just drunk.
Mark, it's when it was like a 4th of July thing, right? Didn't you have? No, that was a different show, but you had some kind of mohawk going on, some kind of hair thing.
I had the silly mohawk with a bow tie and
that's
I was
right,
wearing a shirt or something.
I remember Dennis was supposed to come out to that show, and he broke down on Highway 17, and he almost got taken to jail because they're like, "Dude, you don't fucking break down." Or he ran out of gas. He's like, "I don't see what the big deal is. I ran out of gas." And the cop was like, "You don't fucking run out of gas on 17, dude. Like, you just don't."
Hell no, dude. There's nowhere to go.
He's like, people don't do that. Like they don't. So he didn't like made it as we were leaving and shit. And then he was all bummed out and shit. That's the only time he ever like tried to come out to a show, and he didn't even get to come, and then fucking whatever. Because he was like working in San Jose or Los Gatos or something.
Oh, Los Gatos! I remember that place.
Gatos.
A lot of chicken.
Nice fucking place.
I remember, and I think that's when he realized, like, "Hey, dude, I've been working in Los Gatos. We got to go there." I remember him always saying, "We got to go." There's like so many.
He took me one time. It was awesome. Hella beautiful out there.
Is that all your recycling, Mark? That's all the beer you drank for tonight? That's all the beer from tonight?
I'm going to refill it at least once.
Fucking like 29 fucking beer cans.
Hell yeah.
I got to pee, guys. I'll be right back.
All right.
Got to piss my pants. Damn, Reece should be a regular guest. He's an excellent fucking guest.
The most natural like conversation we've had, probably.
Shit. I know. I've watched a good amount of your guys' little podcast video thing.
It was like we didn't skip a beat from the last time we talked.
See, and dude, like I feel like this comes up more and more. Like as I get older, like the friends that you end up like keeping in touch with to whatever extent, like whether that's all the time or once a year or once every couple of years, like. As you get older, like there's less friends that you keep in contact with, and like the real good ones are the ones where like, even if it's been 5 years, like you pick up where you fucking left off, dude. Like, and also like you don't break each other's balls for like I have this one friend from the Bay that like I love him so much, and he's like done a lot for me, like when I was down and shit like that. But he's like one of those, he's like the grandma friend that's like, it's like, "Oh, Josh, what's up, man?" And he's like, oh, like nobody ever calls me, dude. Like I haven't talked to you in a while, and it's like, dude, when you fucking put that on me, like I'm not gonna want to
Trying to
talk
guilt
to you.
you.
Like, yeah, like we all know, especially as you get older, like life
goes on.
it's not as simple. Yeah, it's not as simple as like, oh, I like had 5 minutes while I went out for a cigarette. Like I'm gonna call you. Like, yeah, sometimes you go years without that happening, and like the friends that like are the friends that last for life are the ones where like you don't break each other's balls for that shit, dude.
Yeah, no, you don't get butthurt over that.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Paul and
we
I
all
went
do.
like a
We
year
all do
without
the same
talking,
thing.
Mark and I too. I
Me and
remember there
you.
was like what 2 years where you and me didn't even like really kick it because you were in San Diego. I was going through it with Bailey and Becky and shit.
How long ago? How old were we when that happened? Like 25, 26 or younger?
Well, so I met Sarah when I was like 25.
So then
So it
younger.
would have been like a couple years before that because I lived in Sacramento and I think you had already lived in San Diego for like, because you lived down there for like 2 years.
Couple different times.
Yeah. So, and then me and Mark, when Mark moved to Vegas, I didn't see fucking Mark or to really talk to Mark. I mean, we talked on the phone pretty often, I guess. But
That's when Facebook started.
And then, yeah, and every time I talk to Reece, it's just like we were just hanging out yesterday. It's like the best, That's like he's saying. Those are the best kind of fucking friends, man. It's like just pick up where you left off.
And those are the ones that you end up like especially like seeing you guys now, like it reaffirms that like, yeah, that's why you guys are like my boys, even though like obviously now with COVID shit, like a lot of us haven't seen a lot of people in there's been an added 2 years onto whatever the normal few years has been. So now it's been some fucking ridiculous amount of time. And you know, like as we get older, it's like
that was fucking 3 years ago almost.
Yeah, you're like, no, like 5 fucking years ago, dude. Like I talked to Patrick for like an hour and a half on the phone, like maybe a week or two ago, and we're like, yeah, it's been like 4 years or something since I've seen. You know what I mean? Like,
wow,
the shit goes quick, dude.
Hell yeah, dude. Flies
you
right
come
by.
down pretty often though, because I always see you with your pops and stuff on Facebook.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I come down when I can, like, and you know how it fucking goes, like, especially living, like, 6 hours away from where everything's at is like, we're there from fucking, Friday to Sunday or whatever, and it's like, we just fucking drove a fucking road trip to get down there. Like, I would love to say that I'm down to go do the tour and go say what's up to everyone I want to see, but it just like, it doesn't work like that. Like, you end up going there and you just want to like chill,
Yeah, I get it.
You're like worn out from your 6-hour drive.
And not looking forward to the 6-hour drive home.
And not looking forward to the 6-hour drive home.
For sure.
Mark's
and
only
it's got
3
to the
hours,
point.
so like you could literally wake up. Like I could go drive, pick up Mark, and be back home and like.
It's one of my favorite photos. I know it's terrible, but
that was like the terrible time. I think that was the
like 7 years ago or something.
It was the reunion, the Blast Bandits reunion show.
Was this the reunion?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
But
God, that was fucking. I forgot about that.
And didn't we play? Did we play?
2014. So yeah, 8 years ago. But I love this.
Did we play?
We did play, right?
I don't think we played. Did we?
Yeah.
Holy shit! Yeah, memory really starts to get fucked up. I like kind of hella vaguely remember that, but I thought Whiskey Dicks was the last thing that we did.
Oh, maybe that's right. Maybe that was right around the same time. Maybe we squeezed an extra one in or something. It's weird.
But I don't remember because that was at Heroes. I don't remember playing that.
Yeah, we
maybe
played
Terrible
Heroes
Timing
with
played.
Blast Bandits.
KOT played Heroes with Blast Bandits.
Yeah. And
fuck, that had to be like 10 years ago.
Narboots.
Narboots, yeah.
And then somebody
You
else.
sure wasn't terrible? You sure it wasn't Terrible Timing?
Yeah, because sure I don't even remember practicing for that.
That's what I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember.
I remember practicing for Whiskey Dicks. I remember us going up there for like a few days before that show and hanging out, but like I do not remember playing Heroes or practicing.
Yeah, well, you and I we practiced over the phone at that point. And
you and me?
Yeah. because I was like,
dude, how the fuck do I not remember this? This is mind blowing to me.
Yeah, and then I think at the same point, we still had Scotty was like, I'm gonna play guitar, and we're just like, nope, like you can stand there with the guitar.
I do kind of remember that.
I remember talking to him about that a while back, and he was just like, "Man, you guys are dicks. You guys really did that?" We're like, "Well, yeah." The thing was, we would slowly do it. Like we'd each walk by and just slowly like knock it down a notch, like one notch. But by the time he walked by a couple of times, we just had you down like one or two to where that motherfucker never took time to practice. It was like, hey,
he
learned the
just
song,
wanted to be in a band,
play rhythm, and he's like, okay, hey, I got a guitar. It was like, I'm in the band now. I got a guitar.
But to be fair to him, he had the best job ever because, we took him on tour. He was a merch guy or whatever, which he never did. Supposed to be a tour manager, which he never did. And then
he did make us a bunch of money and contacts and like weed and shit.
No, that was me. That was me.
No. Wait, hang on. Scotty
I will say
up with the drugs.
Okay.
I will say between the two of you and Scotty, you guys are all pretty sociable, like people who could find some shit if you want to find some shit. So
well, that's the thing is because I don't smoke weed. People would be like, "Hey man, here's weed," and then I would try to like bribe you guys with work. Like, hey,
Reece,
I got weed.
Reece, do you remember? I think we might have been in Arizona, and we ended up staying with this dude, and he had air conditioning, and it was like we had to draw straws, or I forget how we decided, but it was you and me that got to just sleep inside. So we went inside, and the dude was hella cool, and he put this movie on. It was like Little Red Riding Hood, but it was like a movie with real people, and the girl was like she was a killer, and she goes around and kills these guys and stuff. Do you remember that?
Was this in Tucson? It was like a tile floor place.
Yes, maybe it was Tucson, and the dude's like, "Hey, so do you guys need any blow or like anything?" And I always think back to that moment. I had no fucking idea what he meant by blow. He was like, hey, "If you guys need blow or like whatever you need, just let me know. I can get it for you guys." I'm like,
right. Innocent Tim.
And I was like, "Dude,
you think you wanted a blow job?"
I didn't even know. I was like, blow. Like it took me so long, probably till the fucking movie came out, that I realized like, oh shit, like. That dude was saying he could get his coke, and I wasn't even like, it was the furthest, and I don't think Reece fucking knew, and it was just me and him in there. We're like,
I definitely didn't know what the fuck that meant.
Like, oh, we're good,
I still hadn't fucked with that shit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I still hadn't fucked with that shit for a while after that.
Yeah, no, it was a long, I don't even know. It was It was a long time. Yeah, that's crazy, dude. Fucking good old days, man. Innocent Tim.
I do remember trying to get weed off of a dude. Do you remember I think it was in Phoenix. You remember the King? The dude with the chest hair that came out of his shirt? The King? I'm not going to do the voice that Brian did, but like.
Yeah. And you were going to stab him with the screwdriver?
Yeah, we were going. I mean, Paul, you remember like you got weed from somebody who knew a dude. Like, especially if you were out of town, it's like you just ask somebody and they're like, "Yeah, I know a guy." So this dude's gonna drive us, me and Brian, in his pickup truck to go pick up some fucking weed. And I think he stopped to get cigarettes or gas or something. And me and Brian are like looking around in the truck for like shit we could throw down on this guy with in case like it gets shady, because he was fucking shady, most definitely. And I think like. Brian had a screwdriver, and I had like it was a can of WD-40, and I was like, I'll fucking spray it in his eyes, and you fucking stab him in the dick with the screwdriver. And this is all for like 3 fingers of like weed that you can't even find anymore, you know?
Yeah, it's crazy the shit we used to have to go through to get just weed. Like it's insane. Like we put ourselves in danger many times to get weed. Like there was many times we put ourselves
in danger. For shitty ass weed.
Shitty weed.
Yeah.
Sometimes that weed was not even smokable, dude. Like it would fucking smell like gasoline.
And we would go to like the hood and go fucking deal with dirty people and whatever.
I get burned all the time and shit.
I remember getting burned.
Dude, I remember going in shady motherfuckers like houses, and it's like I feel like they deal with it on Trailer Park Boys, where they're like, you know, it's weird because you don't want to like go in and like just straight up be like, yo, give me my shit, let me get the fuck out of here. Like you're trying not to be suspicious. So sometimes you got to kick it for a little bit, but the person fucking sucks. And like more often than not, it's hella shady, and you're like, and then like someone's doing some blow over in the corner, and you're like, oh fuck, dude, I'm just trying to like get some weed to go play like Mario Kart, you know?
You gotta be cool enough. You gotta be cool enough to be there long enough to be like not a snitch or not whatever, and then you gotta be gone fast enough to not linger. And it's like a balance that you have to do.
Yeah, it's a weird vibe, dude. Now you just go into the fucking store and fucking buy some. You know, it's so different. Now
you just go on a fucking app and they bring it to your house.
Dude. Or yeah, just fucking go on an app and they drop it off, dude.
Great.
That's wild.
I just watched a movie. I think it was like on Hulu or Amazon. It was a dude that tried to do the whole cryptocurrency over the internet, buying drugs.
Oh yeah, the Dark Dread Pirate Roberts.
Right. What's the movie called?
Princess Bride.
No, it's called.
Yeah, that was the point. Was he was trying to like kind of overthrow like the tracking. He was trying to battle Amazon and said, "You can buy anything here, but I'm going to start this with drugs." And so he used cryptocurrency, which is not traceable.
Bitcoin, yeah.
But it was also using the U.S. mail system. I don't know if any of this is true.
It's true. It's all true.
It's true.
Is it all true? And then,
yeah. Oh yeah.
And so, but
the guy's alive. He talks about it. There's interviews of him talking. He's already done his time and everything. He's like out.
So I watched the wrong movie because apparently he's got life in prison.
Really? Let me see.
I don't know.
There might be more than. Let me see.
I do know the movie starts out saying, "This is all true except for what we made up." So I don't know. You know,
Dread Pirates Roberts.
I like that.
Yeah. The Coen brothers have been doing that for years, though. You know, like a lot of the movies Coen brothers do are like, this is a true story. Or based on a true story. And when you say based on a true story,
Silk Road.
That's what it's called.
Is he still in jail?
Yeah, if you say based on a true story, it could be like his name was Jim, and that's about it, you know?
Yeah.
Have you guys seen that new HBO show like about the Lakers and all that? Have you heard about it?
I haven't watched it yet. The Dynasty?
No, I think I feel weird about like I think I've realized I don't really like biopics, like, and especially biopics of people who are like still alive also like seems like a weird thing to me. But for whatever reason, I think what kicked it off for me was the Queen movie, Bohemian Rhapsody. I really love Queen, and I really didn't like that movie, and it felt like hella unnecessary to me. And I was like, I don't like this. Like, I don't know. It just like rubs me in a weird way for some reason.
It's
like
kind of like they're already idolizing them and they're not gone yet, kind of a thing. Is that what it is?
It's partly that, but I think even like biopics in general, like, you know, he was talking about the show about the Lakers. It's about like Magic Johnson and shit like that. And I was just saying in general, like even movies about like, you know, old like fucking singers or whatever. They have like a Jimi Hendrix movie and a James Brown movie and whatever. Like
the Tom Petty
I think honestly, whether they're gone or not, like people playing those people in like a dramatized version of what happened just like rubs me in a weird way, you know?
So the whole point of why I brought that movie up kind of goes with what you're saying, and because Mark was talking about based on a true story and stuff. So this show, I watched the first episode, and it's almost like it's so ridiculous that it gets away with it because it doesn't take itself serious at all. It's pretty like wild, and like they break the fourth wall, and it's just like it's kind of like chaotic, and it's like everybody's like almost an extreme version of what they really are. And so it's kind of like instead of being cheesy, which is I feel like what you're saying, and like kind of like self-indulgent, I guess, of the artist or whoever, or you know, it's about it does the opposite. I feel like it, and it kind of like makes everything a joke, and so it's like it gets away with like the the whole vibe, like of yeah.
Because it's like
dude.
serious and it's about like something that
Not
you're
serious at all though.
But I'm saying, but it's about
Yeah.
something like you're passionate about. That's
Well,
not intended to
Yeah.
be funny, right?
To
Hey,
throw
Reece,
my
have-
2 cents
Yeah.
in, I tried watching the Elton John one with Edgar, whatever his name is, and that was so long that I turned it off because I was like, are they just gonna finish this when Elton John dies? Because the movie was so long, so unnecessary. And so I was like, I'll finish it when Elton John dies.
So you thought the movie was such a long movie that the movie itself was waiting until Elton John was going to be dead to end?
Yeah, exactly. It was like I was
So
excited.
we'll be live tweeting this plot.
Yeah,
I love that.
I love Elton John, but
dude, what's
movie-
crazy is like that could be a
long.
potential like television series in the very near future. Like people,
Hey,
the way
there you
with
go. That's a
social
good
media
idea.
shit. Hey, live stream ends when I
Follow me.
die. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, you're gonna follow me to the end. Yeah.
hey, so back on the topic of the biopics, I kind of know what you're saying because I always think of this when they're talking about any kind of like bio doc type thing. I'm like, when they have people playing a character, like, what
Yeah.
if that was your mom or your sister or your
Yeah,
daughter
that's
or whatever, right? That's weird, right? Because it's just out there.
Yeah, it'd be
But
weird.
I understand what you're saying, but dude, the fucking movie Ray, like,
That's exactly what I was just thinking. Was
I've
like
never seen it.
Ray feels like an exception to me.
because I was gonna say, okay, I feel like there's an exception because it's like it gave you a look into like his life that like nobody, like it was not available anywhere else. You know what I mean?
And the performance was so fucking outstanding that it was like the
So who's
performance
that-
was
that
off the charts.
motherfucker's
You know.
He's gonna play. Who's he playing? Gonna play now? He's playing some other famous person, and he like. He
You know
looks
what I
just
like about Ray is it didn't like necessarily teach a lesson. It just like was real as fuck, and it just was like showed like his
Yeah.
bad sides, his good sides, and there was no like wrapping it all up in a sweet fucking bow to like make it whatever. You know, it was raw. It was pretty good.
Sure.
So-
I do have one issue with Ray in the later years, which is like the ending, like the last like 3 minutes of it are like, I don't know, it ends really abruptly, and I always hate like at the end of movies when they have those like they list the paragraphs of like, you know, Ray divorced this person in 1968 and went on to have a successful career, or he won 12 grand. It's like, dude, just like end the story on the thing. Like,
This is Jamie Foxx, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I need to watch it. I've never watched it.
Jamie
The
Foxx,
performance
a great
is
actor,
fucking outstanding,
talented
dude. It's
guy,
outstanding.
terrible person.
All right. What about Ali?
Mike
Will
Tyson,
Smith?
dude. He's gonna do Mike Tyson, bro.
Who? Will
Oh
Smith
shit.
Jamie Foxx.
is doing Mike Tyson?
And I feel like there's a picture of him somewhere.
But was
I didn't
he
see
good
Ali.
at Ali?
I never saw
I didn't
that.
see that one.
I didn't like that one because it wasn't really. It was not really about him as much as it was about the activism and stuff that he was like involved in. You know? It
Yeah.
was more about his.
Yeah.
It got weird. I started watching it too, and I was like, "Oh, this is like a fucking history lesson. Like, I don't want to watch this."
Peace, Reese.
So I stopped
Yeah.
watching.
Oh, you're back.
Yeah, he's gonna
Oh,
play
sorry, I was-
fucking Mike Tyson, dude. Crazy.
Damn, that's a trip. I mean,
He's probably
I'm open to shit, most definitely. I've just found that like 9 times out of 10 when I give it a shot, I end up like not really liking it very much.
Damn, he's gonna have
I'd
to
rather-
get so jacked, dude.
I'd rather just read somebody's entire Wikipedia page.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you on that.
Have any of you watched King Richard's yet?
Mm-mm.
What's that?
That's Will Smith as the coach or the father, I believe.
Oh, to the Williams sisters? Yeah. I saw the trailer, but
Oh.
Reese, have you seen A Futile Stupid Gesture?
no, I don't think so.
What the fuck? I need you guys to watch this movie, dude. It's so
I've seen it.
good. You've seen it.
All right, I'm gonna watch.
Of course
I'm
I've
gonna
seen it.
watch.
I'll mark
I
it down.
shared it to you.
I'm gonna watch that.
So
and, God, why
the
can't I think
reason
of
I
the name?
was
Are we in
asking
the
these-
shadows? Whatever the shadows.
It's the Animal King our animal
what we
house
do,
guy.
what we do in the shadows.
What we do in the shadows.
The reason I was
And what's the
asking
name of
because
yours,
the way
Tim?
you were talking about whatever bio you were talking about, how you said they break the fourth wall about the Lakers or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That movie, The Feudal and Stupid Gesture, does that too, but it
Yeah.
makes the movie hella great. And it's
Yeah.
intended to be funny. The way that
We've
you
already
explain
talked
how
about this. It's
No, I
got
know.
Will,
I know. But
Okay,
the way that you explained how they're being super extreme versions of themselves, that's how it is in this movie too. So it's
Yeah.
like Bill Murray, you know, so it's fucking hilarious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Reese.
So I was just talking
You
to
would
Mark.
love that.
I brought that
movie.
back up because they were talking about that Lakers video, and the way he was explaining the Lakers video is like a good description for A Feudal and Stupid Gesture, because it was like
And it's Bill
extreme
Murray, you
versions
said?
of the characters. What?
You said Bill Murray's in it? Bill Murray?
No, so it's basically
Oh.
it's like a bio doc picture. I don't know what you call it. That's what I was hoping you've seen it so you can get your input. I could get your input, but it's about Doug Kinney. You know who Doug Kinney is? He's
No,
like
it rings kind of a bell, but.
so he created Animal House, like and National Lampoon's
Oh, okay.
magazine.
He did National Lampoon, yeah.
Yeah, so like this movie is about that whole story, like his whole story. So it's funny because like he narrates it, but the way that the movie is done, it's almost like a SNL set. So like all the SNL cast are playing like Bill Murray, Chevy Chase, Steve Martin.
They'll act out shit as the story goes on.
But then fucking Doug Kinney will fucking walk on screen and like start talking to us as the shit's happening in the background. But it's fucking cool.
I could dig that.
It's dude.
I
It's
could dig
so
that.
You would
cool,
love
dude.
it.
It's
You
so
would love
cool,
it,
dude.
for sure.
You love it, Reese. And Paul will love it too, because it's you know the story. Like
Just
you
go
know,
watch it with your dad, and he
Yeah.
would be like, "I love this."
with John, with anybody
Yeah.
that likes fucking like they say that this guy Doug Kinney created modern comedy, like anything like
Yeah.
from the fucking like late 70s and on. As far as comedy movies go, you can thank him. Like it's all him. It came from his brain, and he made it happen. He put the team together and curated, and like didn't listen to the fucking executives. Got fired, fucked his life up, all this shit because he just believed in the comedy like so much. He was so
For sure.
passionate. About it.
The
was just
vibe
cool,
of his
man.
movies, like inspired a bunch of movies. Old School is like hella inspired by him. I heard.
Oh,
like
fuck yeah.
the
Dude,
vibe
that's
of it, like the.
Yeah, like every movie. That's kind of how it introduces. They're like, hey, can you introduce yourself? He's like, hey, I'm Doug Kinney. I made Animal House. And they're like, come on, give us like the producer, you know, is in the back of behind the camera. He's like, no, like say something like, you know, I've made this many Billboard cult classics or whatever. He's like, I'm not fucking saying that. And then he's like,
Yeah.
why don't you say like you've created the modern era of comedy like single-handedly or whatever? He's like, are you fucking serious? I created comedy. Is that good enough? Like that's how it opens.
Yeah.
Like, that's the first 30 seconds of the movie. It's fucking great, dude. Because it gives you a sense of like his sense of humor, which is just what the whole fucking movie's about, you know? Is his
For
sense
sure,
of humor
dude.
and his obsessive
I'm
like
all about it.
Yeah, it's worth the watch,
There's a
dude.
new movie coming out on HBO Max that I'm interested in. I don't know if it's a true story or not, but it's about a female trying to like make a female magazine in the 70s, like a, you know, feminist kind of strong female magazine. And the only person who was going to produce it or you know, manage it is basically a porn producer. And he's like, I love your ideas, but we're going to just put nude dudes in your magazine for them to read the articles. It's probably not true, but you know how the joke is always, oh yeah, I read Playboy for the articles. But
yeah,
this movie, our show, I don't know what it is, but it looks well produced, and so I'm actually excited to see this. It's coming out.
You know what it's called?
Google it.
Google it.
I'm not going to be googling like porn funded women's magazine HBO.
No, of course.
I'm gonna put my phone on the side while I go take a piss here.
All right. I probably got to go in pretty soon.
Yeah, we're calling it quit. We're gonna watch Reese piss real quick.
Well, Sarah does this thing like where she locks up when she's going to bed. So like, I'll hear the screen door go, and then I'll hear the other door go, and then like I know like she's going to bed. And it's funny because I asked her, I'm like, I feel like when you slam the doors, that's like you signaling to me that you're going to bed. She's like, it is. I'm like, oh, okay. Because she used to yell,
like, just so you know.
Because it's like I don't know, 20 feet. So she used to be like, Tim, going to bed, or whatever. And I'm just like, fuck. And then we had like a little Google Home out here, but I unplugged it because I needed the power plug. So she would like send a little thing like, come in, I'm going to bed or whatever. But now she just slams the doors. Oh, it's a little kitty cataroni.
The movie's called Meeks.
Meats?
Meeks?
Minx. M-I-N-X.
Minx. Not to keep fucking talking about that movie, but that's how they got their shit started, the National Lampoon.
Cheers, kitty.
They went to like a...
What's your cat's name, Reese?
This one's Jeff.
Jeff?
Love it.
What's up, Jeff?
Jeff?
It's a girl. She's our kitten. She's almost a year now, but she's... When me and Christine got together, she had 2 cats, one of whom was a boy named Nancy, and he was 21 years old.
Holy, 21 years old?
Reese,
he was 21 years old, yeah. She got him when she was 14 and was 35. He just passed away like almost a year ago. So then we ended up getting Jeff a little bit after that for company for our other cat. Oh, he's not here. Never mind.
Are we just doing the mouthpiece here?
Fucking Reese. I don't know. It's like he keeps setting it up and he's like this and shit.
I'm sorry.
It's all right.
You guys are all doing your computer. I'm doing my phone. So
Mark's on.
I thought it was funny that we were all doing chin pieces at the same time.
It's like chin piece. The guys didn't say nothing about my beard. Look at this, dude.
That's why, because I can't even see it. I could barely see it on the.
Dude, last time I
shaved.
the longest
it's ever been.
I shaved November 22nd for a wedding. It's the last time I shaved.
Let's see your beard, Joseph.
This is like a month of not shaving, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, you actually trimmed it down. Did you shave it all the way off?
I trimmed it like, I don't know, recently, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of small.
Thank you.
He hears that a lot.
Yeah. Thanks for reassuring my suspicion.
Yeah, you guys are the best.
You guys want to see this painting and hear a story about it?
I thought you were going to say, you guys want to see my penis and tell me if it's short or not?
You guys want to take a look and tell me if it's as small as I think it is?
You guys want to tell me that I'm just tripping, right?
If it's as small as I think it is. Hey, dude, is this as small as I think it is? That's hella good, dude.
Hey, dude, is this as small as I think it is?
No, dude, it's totally not as small as you think it is.
No, it's not even as small as you think it is.
It's actually smaller than you think it is?
Oh, it's much smaller than you think it is.
Dude, Mark, your cat could fucking go viral for being so goddamn talkative, dude.
I know, I thought about it, but I don't know how to use the internet. This is as much internet as I use.
Dude, I just want to grab him and give him what he wants.
It's a her. Why did you assume her gender?
Mark doesn't even give her names. That's how gender neutral he is.
Yeah.
That's how woke Mark is.
She has a name. Her name is Sam, but I call her cat or dog whenever I want to yell at her. So
Mark is so woke. He's like, I don't even name my pets because I don't want to box them in a gender.
Yeah.
Hey, so sometimes they ride the line. I mean, I feel like, my cat was a girl cat named David, and like, I didn't just name her that because I thought it was funny. Like, she was like pretty butch. Like, anyone who knew her, like, David rode the fucking line. David was a they, most definitely.
Oh, did I tell you guys what my new identifiers? It's they,
No.
she. It's they, she, and it. Because I'm the shit.
Shit.
Pretty good.
That was a little weak, bro. That was a
I'm
little
still
weak.
working it out. I'm still working it out. Tough audience, you know.
Hey, do you know when they're gonna change the department store clothing section for the season?
When?
I don't know. You can't just assume the gender of jeans and t-shirts. Come on. I don't. I'm still working on it.
Dude, I love. Hey, Paul, if you ever feel like if you're doing chopping these up again, if you could pull up the one where Mark tries to tell the joke, and he like starts with the punchline and then tries to like figure out how how is he going wrong with the joke? He like starts with the punchline and then he's trying to like tell the joke, but he's like, you could tell he's like, wait a second, how did I fuck this up? It's like you already said the punchline.
But I wrote that joke though. That's the difference.
But you're like, how do you know a Mexican puts a shithole next to an eatery?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, how do you know? How do you wait? Shit, I fucked it up.
Yeah, you can see
some Michael Scott shit.
I have to think about it.
Yeah, some Michael Scott shit for sure.
What's worse than two girls running with scissors?
I don't know.
Two girls scissoring with the runs.
That was dirty.
That's fucking awful, dude.
That one's bad.
Have you guys watched any Tom Segura?
Yeah.
Yeah, he pops up a lot on my shit.
I watched it's your mom's house.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
The podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched a couple of those, but they're hella fucking long. They're like 3 hours.
You gotta just watch
all the podcasts I listen to are like an hour. 3 hours is a lot.
We're at 3 hours now, Reese.
Yeah, we're at 2.5 hours right now.
You know how they have
making it is one
sending-
thing, listening to it is another.
Yeah, true.
Good point.
On his podcast, do you know how they have people sending songs that like they make from like him saying shit and like just parts of the show? Did you guys know that? I sent him a little song like that to there.
Did he play
nice.
Yeah. No, I don't think he ever played it. It's a pretty funny song though.
Fuck Tom Segura.
What?
Play the song, Tom
Sell
Segura.
out.
Coming for you, bro. Old Tommy boy. I love the the chemistry he has with his old lady. Like they just bust each other's
for sure.
the whole time, dude. It's fucking great, dude. I love it. He's so calm.
Dude, he fucking kills me. He like loves going over the line, and like it just makes him giggle so hard. Like in his like stand-up specials, like when he says the worst shit, you know, about like drowning the puppy or whatever, and like everyone just cringes, and he just gets this like giggle of like sheer joy that like it like empowers him. So like he's like, yeah, I fucking said drown the puppy, dude. Like I don't know, it just fucking fucks me up, dude.
It's like he's doing it to
brings me
get
great
his own.
joy.
He's getting his own kicks out of it, you know. This ain't for you. This is for me, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the best part of comedians when they know their audience or themselves, you know, because some comedians know that they can say things that are not no other comedian can say. So once you learn it, like Bill Burr, Louis C.K. was there, and then he got canceled, but he's still if he goes anywhere, he's gonna sell something out.
I saw him recently, and he did not hold back at all. He said some of the craziest shit I've ever heard him say, and it was one of the best shows I'd ever seen.
Yeah,
I get to go see Chris Rock in Reno.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh fuck
so
yeah!
Excited.
Man, I want to go to the
Fuck yeah, dude! I've never been to like a good comedy show before, man.
Oh man, you should go. I've been to a few. They're awesome.
Yeah, I've seen a few.
Even bad comedy shows are good, like live.
Yeah, I'm sure there's got to be somewhere near Humboldt. There's got to be some.
Even an open mic.
There is. So there is actually a comedy club like downtown in Eureka, and I don't know if you guys would remember this dude. Mark definitely wouldn't, and I don't think Paul or Tim, you guys would either. But there was this dude that I went to high school with named Scott Powers. He was like, he definitely came to some KOT shows, but he was like, whatever, some nondescript dude that I went to high school with. And I guess he's a comedian now because I saw him at my work a few months after I moved up here. And he said he was like playing, he played the comedy club the night before or whatever. So there is one like low key one.
How do you spell it? Scott.
Like Powers, like Austin Powers.
Sounds familiar, honestly. When you said that,
It
Scott
does sound
Powers
right.
name.
You know who else?
He definitely like partied with your brother a little more, Paul. Like your brother would know who he was, you know.
Yeah, he sounds familiar.
Up on YouTube for sure.
You know who
I don't know
else?
if he's got shit on there.
Do you remember? Is
Everyone's
Mark
got
Neuer?
shit on YouTube.
Is Mark Neuer? Is Mark Neuer from like your class? No.
I don't know what the fuck that.
He might be even younger than you. He's a ripping kid, and he's been like grinding it out hella hard doing comedy shows and shit.
My cousin
What's
does
his
open
name?
mics in LA.
Yeah, your cousin's fun.
What's his name?
My cousin?
Mark Neuer.
Oh, Mark Neuer.
Noyer.
And
He's kind of got like his teeth kind of like big front teeth, I guess. Not like buck
From
teeth.
Rippin'?
and then we got
He's a ripping kid. Like he's a kid, yeah. Or I mean, not he's a fucking man, but he's like a ripping kid.
Kid to us.
We
Back
got
in the day.
Joseph's cousin's name is Daniel. What?
Saldana.
How do you spell the last name?
SALD.
Yeah, but he's on.
He might not have
he's
he
on
might not have
Instagram.
yeah.
He's on Instagram, and it's not his name is something funny.
And he
It's,
does shit down, and he's in SoCal.
What's that?
You said he's in SoCal. He's in LA.
Yeah, he lives really close. He lives in Burbank, so he lives like where all the shit is. Yeah, and then he lives really close to the Comedy Store, I think it is.
Yeah,
Either the Comedy Store or the Laugh Factory, one of those. Anyways, he's done some open mics and stuff, but he said that he didn't do good. That's what he said.
Damn.
I don't want to talk shit. I don't want to talk shit about him. That's just his own words. You gotta grind it out. I feel like I listened to a couple of the podcasts I listen to are like by comedians, and like they talk about that shit a lot. And like you just gotta fucking grind it out, dude. Like some people are hella funny right off the bat, but most people like it takes them a while to find their fucking flow, you know. My favorite joke of his is I always wanted a girlfriend with a big butt. And then I finally got one, and now my dick's not far enough to reach her vagina, or not long enough to reach her vagina. I was like, that's fucking pretty good.
Fucking Daniel. I can't find him. I can't remember what his like handle is on Instagram.
Daniel Areola.
Oh yeah, Areola Grande.
Areola Grande.
Right.
I remember. That's really good.
That was funny.
He's funny.
I remember Mike Fajan making the joke about that. They had a childhood friend of his that they would always break his balls. Like I wouldn't even begin to be able to tell the stories about this dude, but he was just one of those. You all know you have that friend that you just like break their balls. Like you cannot help but just like break their balls, and they ask for it at like every fucking turn. You just like can't help but like laugh at them, you know.
That's Jason Coulthard,
but
bro.
Yeah, their buddy. Yeah, no shit. Or like I think of like Shitface when we used to hang out with Shitface, you know, like it's like
Shitface.
Yeah, they pull. Of course, they like we call him Shitface for a reason, dude. Like you know what I mean?
It's Matt Giles' little brother.
But yeah, they would always break his balls. Like his gut was too. Like he couldn't have doggy style sex with anyone because his gut was too big. His dick was too small and his gut was too big.
That's
bad combo. Bad combo. Big gut and small dick.
Bad
oh
combo.
My god.
Oh, so the dude Robert Ulrich is his name, who created Silk Road. You're right. He's in prison for 40 years, dude. 2 life sentences because I remember they charged him for like just for every like
left
grand
lane exit here. We going backwards.
No, this is called callbacks. You do this throughout episodes to keep people interested, and it makes them feel invested and want to watch the rest of it because you're calling back to earlier parts in the video. Trust me.
I got a call back.
Dude, the funny thing is, for the whole week I was in Vegas with Kyle, I was trying to explain this movie to him, and I wanted to say Rainbow Road because of Mario Kart. So
What
I'm
what
glad
movie?
you reminded me of what this
Silk
movie
Road.
is called.
Oh, Silk Road.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I
they
wanted to
charged
say
him.
Rainbow Road.
They got him with attempted murder on like every gram of heroin that he had. It was like they counted it as like attempted murder or some shit.
Well, don't give the whole plot away.
Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's like it's pretty known. I mean, it's still
Dude, with stuff like that, it's still the story. It's the story that's fascinating. Like,
yes, it's the
even think about fucking movies that you know and love. Like, you know the ending, and you still can like. How many times have you seen Usual Suspects, and you still like 20 minutes into that movie are like locked in? You know.
It sucks because I feel like I can't watch that movie anymore. I feel like I can't watch Kevin Spacey movies anymore. It's weird.
Oh,
I feel like I can watch it most definitely. Like that is that's like buried too deep, you know. And Kevin Spacey's not benefiting from me watching my Usual Suspects VHS. You know what I mean? Like,
but I don't want to watch.
It's not like
I don't want to look at him.
It's not like
I don't want to look at him. I don't care what he does.
You can't listen to R. Kelly either, Tim.
No, fuck no. I can't.
I feel
none of that shit.
I can't listen to R. Kelly. I haven't tried to watch Kevin Spacey really, but R. Kelly, like,
I'm just like that fucking sucks. Like some of my favorite.
Like his
I loved R. Kelly.
There was like 2 songs I liked by him.
I like 12 Play was like I own that album and I loved it, and there's
I had that tape. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have the tape. Explain.
Yeah, I have the tape like in recent life. Like I might still have it actually. Honestly, I got it because I didn't know about that album, and the fact that it was called 12 Play, and that implied like 1 play, 2 play, like 4 play. I was like, that's fucking unbelievable, dude. Like, I'm buying this tape. And I maybe listened to it like one time, and yeah, it's whatever. But it just the joke killed me. The joke killed me, dude.
Album. Yeah.
So my favorite song by him is Real Talk. And it's not even really a great song. I just like the way he explained over a beat. Like,
I mean, he's got skill. That's saying nothing about his character. He's got skill, most definitely. You know what I mean? Like,
I think about any of his new stuff. I never liked any of it. I just like the old stuff.
Yeah, I mean, all it would be is like for me shit that I heard at like 7th grade dances. You know what I mean?
Yes,
like,
that's the stuff I love.
There was like that because that was like mid 90s R&B. I wasn't really hit. I knew that shit in the periphery. Early 90s R&B, when you were buying fucking cassette singles like Lighter Shade of Brown and Arrested Development and fucking shit like that. Like, I remember that shit, and I know all of that shit. That was fucking En Vogue and SWV and shit like that.
See, for me, it was Blackstreet, All for One, Boys to Men. That was like all the
Boys to Men.
That's more mid 90s.
Well, that's
Seal,
Motown, BBD, ABC, Boys to Men.
Oh, that's right. Belle Biv DeVoe.
Belle Biv DeVoe.
Belle Biv DeVoe. That's right.
Because I think with me, my shit was all like, you know, since Ryan was the oldest one, it was pretty much like whatever fucking Ryan was into. So, you know, in 1991, Ryan was like 12, so that's what fucking 12-year-olds would listen to, you know? I was 6, I was listening to Michael fucking Jackson, but I was down for Boys to Men in 1991 for sure.
So, Michael Jackson, yeah, still good?
I can still listen to Mike. Because I don't believe all the accusations really with Mike.
That's the thing, me either.
Yeah. I am kind of there as well, and I'm actually like musically more obsessed with Mike as I get older. Like at this point, Michael Jackson kills me, dude. Like in the best possible way. Like I can't believe Michael's skills, dude. Like I still can hear like fucking Rock With You and just like
off the wall,
be blown away, dude. Blown away.
There's a guy on YouTube. I don't know, like. He has the stems, and he plays the stems and like breaks them down and shit of all Mike's recordings. It's
really?
Fucking.
Dude, they're
cool,
so elaborate.
He's like, holy shit! Like, and he like mostly did everything himself, pretty much. You know, like he was just
him and Quincy Jones fucking tore some shit up, dude. And like some of that shit is like, I really love the Bad album. I mean, it's pretty much a fucking greatest hits, dude. It's pretty much greatest hits. It's got like. You know, fucking The Way You Make Me Feel, Dirty Diana, Smooth Criminal.
It's all right.
It was the Pepsi album. It was the Pepsi album, right?
It was the first
All right,
album.
hold on, hold on.
Because bad. He fucking made a video for every single track on the album.
Reese,
Yeah,
what's
for
your
sure.
favorite
Yeah.
Michael
Because
Jackson song?
Pepsi paid for it.
Song? Oh fuck, dude.
I know mine for sure.
All right, think about it. What's yours?
I'm gonna put it as a tie. My tie is between "Leave Me Alone" and "Another Part of Me." They're both on Bad.
All right.
Rock
Joseph.
with you.
Rock with you.
I don't
That's
know, man. I can't pick. There's no way.
That's my
fucking
favorite
way.
Michael Jackson song of all
Probably
time. for
Smooth
sure.
Criminal and Dirty Diana are my two favorites.
My favorite
Okay.
album is Off the Wall.
See,
I was
mine.
gonna say some of that off the wall shit kills me. What's your shit, Mark?
So my favorite is Scream. But
Scream's pretty sick.
Janet Jackson?
That
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
Jackson explicit.
That fucking
version.
song rips.
Yeah, that sounds
But-
sick.
Also, Man in the Mirror has always been like
Oh.
the most punk rock song, in my opinion, ever.
Dude,
Like,
and that shit, it fucking kills me because, like, you know, putting aside, like, you know, the questionable shit with him and, you know, the reputation that he has or whatever, like, everyone knowing that Michael Jackson's, like, growing up, like, childhood, becoming a human being was, like, fucked up in every
Well, he was
possible
like the
fucking
first.
way.
He was like the very like one of the first like childhood fucking like superstars, right? Like who was,
Totally.
like, a
And then
super huge star, like fucking Opie, fucking Ron Howard or whatever.
exactly, Ron Howard, yeah.
But that's the only who
And
else?
then
That's it.
and add on that, like, fucking, you know, a fucking pain in the ass, like an asshole dad who kicked his ass in line, and like religious guilt from being a Jehovah's Witness and shit like that. Like, Mike had a fucked up, like, development into the world. Like, he had very little chance of having, like, a solid head on his fucking shoulders. And, like,
You mix that crazy
so then hearing, go ahead.
Go ahead, Reese.
I was just gonna say, like, it adds on for me when I hear songs like "Man in the Mirror" that, like, this motherfucker had the worst fucking situation in every direction coming up, and his message to the world is to, like, look into yourself and be a better person. You know, it, like, breaks my fucking heart, dude. Like, it fucking kills me.
Yeah.
Did you guys see
That song's heavy duty.
okay, Did you guys see the documentary with the two dudes talking about, you know? Okay, so there's that documentary, right? And then there's another video. It's on YouTube, and it breaks down that documentary and, like, shows how much they're lying, and it's so good. It's like hella good. It's fucking crazy.
Damn.
Because, like,
wait, who's lying though?
the guys that are saying that Michael Jackson molested them. There's a
Okay.
video online on YouTube that breaks down their interviews and shows how they were not real interviews, how they were filmed, how they were scripted out, how they were filmed over multiple days. And most interviews are usual interviews only filmed over a few hours in one time, you know, one shot. And, like, all this stuff is all the holes in their stories, all the like it's such a good video. It's a pretty cool, like, I don't know, maybe I'm biased and I don't want to believe that Michael did, like, whatever they say he did, but
that's where I'm at.
this video, like hella, like, shows that these dudes are lying, which is pretty.
It's a hard.
I
It's a
don't
hard
know
one, dude.
if Michael did what he did, but I'm not gonna not appreciate the fact that the music that he did. I know he's an asshole, just like Michael Jordan is the best basketball player. He was an asshole.
Degenerate
Michael
gambler.
Jackson was an asshole recording music, but I'm not gonna take away from the fact that he was a genius at music. If he did shit wrong, fuck Michael Jackson. But his music was amazing.
There's this.
Well, it's just
other
like what
video-
Reese said. He's like, you know, you got to sometimes take people for their talent and not their character, you know, I guess.
Yeah.
In certain situations.
There's a really cool video of him, and so it's Michael Jackson, and he's in a court trial, and the trial is about whether or not he wrote one of his songs. I can't remember what song right now off the top of my head, but it's so fucking cool because he's in court and he has to tell the truth, and it's like he's getting sued or whatever. He has to break down, like, part for part how he wrote the song, and it's it's amazing. Like it's like and
Yeah,
he's in
I'll
court.
bet.
He's being like grilled by this prosecutor, and he's going, "Oh, and then I just did this part," and he starts beatboxing, and then he goes, "And then I wrote the chorus, and it was like," and he's like singing it, and he's just killing, and he's like on the stand, like in a courtroom. It's fucking sick. It's like one of my favorite Michael Jackson videos.
Dude's a
And
genius,
it's like
without a doubt.
somebody sued him and tried
Didn't
to
that
say
happen to him a lot? Didn't a lot of people try to accuse him of stealing their songs?
I don't know. This is just that one case that I know of, but I'm sure it happened a lot. Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of people that write a lot of songs that sound exactly the same, like all over the world at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Oh, 4 5.
Yeah, dude, that's a tough thing, dude. Like, I think there's a cool somewhere out there. There's a cool Tom Petty quote where, like, you know, someone called out that somebody had like ripped off one of Tom Petty's songs. Like, they asked him about it in an interview, and he was like, "Dude, like, find me a band out there that hasn't ripped something off. Like, that's how this shit works, you know? Like,
these songs are just all up there for us to grab."
Yeah, he's like, they stole it from me, but I stole it from somebody else, and like it's theirs to do what the fuck they want to do with it, you know?
That was a recent thing before he passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, you know,
it's a Red Hot Chili Peppers song.
Is new music. It doesn't matter. He basically said, yeah. I think what happened was he was on tour with another band, and he was like, I just heard something, and I wrote a song, and that happened, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, knowing the fact that, like, it's a mind thing where you're just like, and actually, I've been with your brother, with Ryan, where he's like, oh, I just got influenced, and it was like by that same thing. Like he was gonna write a song. It might have been the Suicide Machines, but he was like, yeah, I'm gonna kind of steal the. He didn't say steal the idea.
No, dude, I've done that so many fucking times. It's like not even like ripping off. It's like kind of ripping off a little bit, but like for me, like I'll hear a little like drum fill or quick beat or like a little guitar like winner or something, and that is what inspires me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like
exactly.
then you do something, and you know when you're going into it, like I'm not going to do that exact thing. You know, like I'm going to do something like that.
And
yeah.
Paul knows because he's a huge Beatles fan. Most of us are now Beatles fans because we realize that they wrote so much music together that it's you're not going to write anything new, but the way you do it, might be.
Yeah, the Beatles too, man. Before the Beatles were the Beatles and how big they are, they already had like thousands of shows under their belt too. You know, it's like that practice, just doing what you love, man. Just doing it for the sake of doing it, you know.
Sure.
And I always have that joke about the Beatles. I'm like, of course they have hundreds of fucking #1 hits. They fucking wrote 10,000 fucking songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, that's a 1%.
You got to be right at least once. You know?
Yeah,
well,
dude,
it's like you just said, Mark, like how you said you take something but you do it different. It's like you can still be innovative even if you take something. Like, and that's what they did. Like you could take whatever from whatever and still be, if they do it their style, it's still innovative, it's still original, it's still new, it's still fucking, to somebody else who's never heard the original song, it's like the most incredible thing, you know, in the world. And had they
absolutely. I mean, the Beatles are like a great example of like, you know, it starts off pretty much doing fucking cover songs, and then like as the shit that you listen to, like as the range of the shit you listen to gets wider and wider, then those like normal songs that were like Chuck Berry songs, like now you heard this weird little chord change in a Roy Orbison song. So now you're gonna like what?
You know, you like dropped out. You dropped out
for a minute.
But I get what you're saying. You didn't.
Oh, okay, I'm back.
Really lose contact.
But you know, then you bring in different shit, and then it turns into the fucking White Album. You know, that's like, you know, Meet the Beatles is from like maybe a direction and a half, and the White Album is from like 18 different directions. You know.
Yeah, I get it.
The first thing I ever wrote down was it's the capital S O yes and fresh and double O P D O double G Y D O double G U C. That was like the first thing I ever like listened to and wrote down, and I just practiced that shit over and over and over again. And I went to school and I did it. I remember I'll like do it to like show all the kids at school. I go, it's the capital S O yes and fresh and double O P D O double G Y D O double G U C. And like in 6th grade, and that was like that's what started everything, was just trying to be Snoop Dogg. Like that's all I wanted to do was like be Snoop Dogg.
That's hella funny because I remember me and my brother sitting around listening to that fucking song and doing the same shit. Like, you know, if you were in 6th grade, I was in like fucking 3rd grade or 2nd grade or something like that. And like rewinding it and practicing that shit.
Yeah.
The fucking crazy one I remember is, I don't know if you guys had To the Extreme by Vanilla Ice, if you guys were down by that. But it had that fucking Having a Roni, the fucking
Having a Roni.
Beatboxing song. I remember like memorizing that shit and like emulating I was like fucking 8 years old or some shit, you know?
So Reece, for me it was stop that train cause I wanna get off. It was that.
Yeah, who was that?
It was Vanilla Ice. But
that was Vanilla Ice, yeah, for sure.
That was like my favorite song because I don't know why. I have to listen to it now because I don't know why. But all I can remember is the chorus. And it was. She caught me back. It was a Have Reece night backstage at a show. I had this girl, something was feeling me, something.
That's right.
I forget, but yeah, I was like, stop this. It's like girls were like trying to just get at him, and he was just didn't want to like be with no girls. Is like what the song is about. But that was the song that hit. I was like, oh.
I heard Ice Ice Baby somewhere recently, and when he fucking says that line, I grabbed my 9. All I heard was shells. I was like, oh my fucking god, dude! Like, you never fucking held a 9 for goddamn sure. Dude. Like, what the fuck is this dude talking about?
I put a thing on Facebook recently. I don't know if you saw it, but I was like, hey, yo, Vanilla Ice. Remember back in the 90s when you said if we had a problem, you'd solve it? Well, we could really call in that favor now or whatever.
No shit.
See, you got a problem.
I'm a little bit older than all of you guys.
Wait, what?
Correct.
Myself, but I actually did Led Zeppelin and Aerosmith to learn lyrics. So I would record off the radio on a cassette tape and then rewind back.
The original iPod.
Yeah, and then try to write down the lyrics.
Yeah.
And I actually did that with Bad Religion at the time when CDs came out.
I remember thinking
play pause.
Well, when CDs came out, it was fucking awesome because almost every CD had the lyrics inside. I remember like that jump from tapes to CDs.
Hell yeah.
Like, oh, fuck, dude. I remember the Sublime, getting a Sublime CD because I got my first Sublime experience was all tapes. Then I got the Sublime CD and it had all the fucking lyrics. And I was just like, finally, because you can never know what the fuck he says.
To be fair with Bradley Newell, I love Sublime. I was the biggest fan ever.
I remember reading a recti on my ass and it makes me itch. I'm like, okay, that's what I thought he said.
It was just like this many lyrics.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
It was like 5 lines of lyrics. So it wasn't like how the song was. The lyrics were just there, but in no particular order. It's like, here's the words I say, but figure out where they go. Yeah, that's right.
Dude, I just had like a flashback to like that little fucking, you had like a little fucking hatchback or like a little teeny tiny something or other, and you had a fucking Sublime tape in the front. I remember being in there and like bumming whatever fucking cigarettes anybody was willing to give like an 11-year-old. Like, I remember, this is like pre-KOT. This is like fucking homemade pudding shit.
11-year-olds, dude. What's wrong?
Dude, if Emma was kicking it with somebody like me now, dude, I would fucking chain her to a bedpost, bro. Or like me in bed, I know. So, because it's so innocent, I was like, he's gonna get him. He's gonna smoke him anyways. What the fuck?
Hey, let me show you guys this deposition real quick, just for like 2 seconds. It's pretty funny.
Go.
This deposition?
Yeah, it's the Michael Jackson deposition.
Oh shit! Oh my god, my phone's about to die.
Yeah, I gotta go in soon. Though I'm so tired, getting tired.
Reece.
Yeah.
I love you, dude. I miss you.
I love you too. I love all you guys. I know. I would love to see your human faces in real life.
Well, let's take
Thanks
a
for
road trip.
jumping in here.
Road trip to Reese's neck of the woods. They
Let's
got
go.
Airbnbs
I
out
need
there.
to go to Neelan, California for sure.
Well, there's the excuse.
Yeah, dude.
2 birds. We can get 1 bird with 2 stones.
There you go. All right. You ready, Paul? Are you bouncing out, Tim? What are you doing? I'm staying on with Paul. So
Yeah, no.
I'm just waiting for Tim. Waiting for Tim to give me the go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Oh shit, I gotta click out. My bad. You click the audio and stuff. Okay.
Making sounds. Every night you walk right in my dreams. Says I met from the start. Well, that's how I did it. You asked me how I.
What the hell?
And I started to perform to give you an example of how I create songs. I make these sounds. Yeah, that's the girl's mind.
Objection. You were making some sounds with your mouth. What was the purpose of that?
The sounds are the rhythms that I make, the way I'm hearing it in my head. And I'm hearing the bass, I'm hearing the percussion.
I'll stop there. You were making some noise where you just laughed. What were you doing?
I was imitating a Moog bass where you play the bass on a keyboard, but you have this little stick where you go.
Pretty cool, right?
He's just a master of he's like the throat. He's like the Eddie Van Halen of the throat, dude. Like he can
Yeah,
just
so cool.
I don't even know how to put it with him. And especially with Bad, I feel like going back to that, that was later. It was 1987 or 88 or something. So they had a little more tools than they did with Off the Wall. So listening to Bad on headphones is dude, Mike is always doing breathing or doing he's jerking off with his throat at all times, you know?
Jerking
That
off.
is
exactly what you mean.
Explanation ever.
Did you hear that dude trying to object? He's like, objection, objection while he's singing. Oh, it's just crazy. He's on trial and shit. And he's like, I'm trying to show you how I made the song.
Yeah, that's so funny, dude.
So do you think, would you guys agree that he's an idiot savant, right?
No.
Or is that just an excuse to make someone weird?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Why is he? Why is he an idiot? Why would he be an idiot?
He's not an
the
idiot.
Rain Man was an idiot savant because he couldn't fucking communicate with people. So what?
I said idiot savant is a different story of just being an idiot. So
why is he an idiet?
Yeah, for sure. I don't think Mike had I don't think Mike had a developmental disability or anything like that. I think Mike's shit was all social and societal and all that shit. And it was a maximum dose of all that shit, you know?
Yeah, fucking shitty.
So
guy.
He just had a warped. He had no chance to have an accurate view of the world. You know,
a ton of fucking rich white people trying to get money off of him.
He didn't have. So you're saying he didn't have any crazy mental issues. It's just he was talented.
I think. Yeah. I don't think he had any
I think he had trauma, but
medical,
I don't think he had any
yeah.
I don't think he had
I don't think he had a medical disability of some sort. You know,
he didn't have Asperger's or
he just had a
or
fucked up life.
Yeah.
Fucked up
And
life.
obviously a fuckload of talent. But to me the sad part of it is that part of his talent is from that being beaten into it. You know, I really like this dude, George Jones. He's a country dude. And he has not the same, but a generally similar story where you know, his family went to church and they would sing in church. He had a really good voice. His dad was a drunk, and his dad would come wake him up when he got home from the bar in the middle of the night and like make him sing for him or he'd kick his ass, you know?
Wow.
So then when he's like singing, like his fucking voice is unbelievable. He's like the Mariah Carey of country. Like he could hit 15 notes between two notes in like 2 seconds, you know?
Oh wow. Okay.
But like similar to Michael Jackson, like you feel like I feel almost bad for enjoying it because like this is like a combination of talent and like being pounded into this person, you know, like physically.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like sing good or you're gonna get your ass kicked, you know?
That's why I don't watch Home Alone.
All right. What does that mean?
Well, because Macaulay Culkin was treated like shit too. His parents were just fucking playing mind games and like, you know, using them.
That's why I don't watch Home Alone.
Wait, did they leave him alone on purpose? Is that what you're saying?
Macaulay. No, you missed the whole joke. Never mind.
I did.
No, if I gotta explain it, it's not even.
He didn't miss the whole joke. He made the whole joke.
I don't know what you were saying. What's going on back here, Reese? You got a wall.
I'm trying to get the cat back up here.
Were they mad because they left him at home?
You got
What's up? What do you mean?
You got some guitars hanging out back there.
I do. I have guitars. I don't play them that much, but I have them. I play them sometimes. No, I haven't. You know what's fucking crazy is I haven't played in a band with other people in
That's way too
holy
long.
shit, almost like 5 years. Almost like 5 years, dude.
Damn.
You know what they say
Fucking
like about a tetanus shot when you go to the doctors and they ask you about a tetanus shot. Last time I went, they're like, "Hey, when's the last time you got a tetanus shot?" I was like, they're like, well, if you're thinking about it, if you're thinking about how long it's been, then it's definitely time. So I think that applies here too. I need a band. I need a band too, man. Me and Joseph have been getting together more often lately, so that definitely like fills that fucking void. But I need to perform. I like performing. I'm a fucking narcissistic attention whore. I need to be on stage. But YouTube helps with that too.
I'm not
Bumps my
exactly.
ego up.
I don't. You know what I miss the most is band practice. Like, I like shows, but like band practice is my favorite shit. They'll like the fucking weekly go hang out for a few hours, fucking working over shit. Even like there was one band in Oakland that I played bass in for like 8 years or something like that, and I don't think we wrote maybe 3 songs over the last like 6 years of that. Like
Is that
it was all in the first like no, it was echolocation.
Oh yeah.
But that we like, you know, we had like by the end of the band we had like 10 songs, and when I joined the band there was already 7 songs. You know what I mean? Like so, and we still practiced every week for that entire stretch. So like at some point I was definitely like, dude, we're just fucking showing up and playing the same set for the last like 7 years here, you know, like, and not writing anything new or whatever. But now thinking back on it, I'm like, I play that set by myself at home all the time. I play bass more than I play guitar at home. Like, I just want to be at band practice, dude. Like, that's what I miss.
I miss that too. I miss like being in the studio. Like, I want to seriously like book a weekend at like the Puss or something, and just be like, all right, we got 2 10-hour sessions, and go in there with nothing. Like, go in there with guitars and equipment or whatever, some beats maybe, and just be like, all right, we're here. Let's see what we can make happen. You know, like. I want to do that so bad, but it would cost like probably about $1,500 to do it. But I'm like, dude, I want to do it.
I want to do that at a house though, and just be like.
But no, I don't, because everybody that I know that records music, I don't want them to have to work. I want them to have to be more involved in the creative process than they are on fucking producing or trying to fucking create. I want them to just record. I want them to. It's like when you called me about.
I probably want to invite more people than you do. You want to get
it's like my wedding. Like, I'm not going to invite my friend to DJ my wedding. I'm going to hire some fucking asshole I don't know because he's going to be working all fucking night. I'm not going to invite I'd rather invite my DJ friend to come hang, not to work. You know what I mean? So I don't know. That's
my choice would be it would be unlimited though. So it would be like all my friends have all the time in the world at a place where we could record music, because it would be you, Joseph, Reece, Buddy, Barry, Andrew, like get everybody together with all the time in the world and all the equipment in the world to see what Willie, we've known so many amazing musicians that
I always want Jake Messick in like anything.
Brian,
If I could have him as an accessory for every band I ever am in for the rest of my life, I was
tried. I
talking
still have
with
that
Patrick.
song. I have a
all
song
the
that I wrote that I
Frankels,
didn't
Patrick, Dylan lives here now. Like that would be my dream, is to see what all of these people could create, but
we'll do it.
Happen. But
well,
not if
what
you're
you
not
got to
gonna
do is
set it
pick
up.
a time.
It's your
way in
dream. You got to
advance
make it
and
happen.
be
Nobody
like,
can make your dream happen.
Well,
yeah,
all three
Mark,
of us
like,
think
pick
that
what
could
are we
happen.
in? We're in February now. Be like, or what are we in? We're in March. So be like, all right, March 2023, St. Patty's Day weekend. I'm booking a fucking thing, and whoever wants to be there can be
That's
there.
what I'm saying. Mark's been saying this exact thing for like 2 years, and he's never took one even
That's how
baby
you get
step
shit
towards
going.
getting it
Pick
done.
a time
it's
and
been
fucking
like
wrap
20
your head
years,
around it.
bro.
I know, but you always say,
Ever
I just
since
want to get
Blast
all the
Bandits
people that I know.
happened,
I want to get all the people that are musicians that I look up to in a studio in one room together. That's my dream. That's my dream. I've heard you say at least 100. You put more energy into talking about it than fucking trying to make it happen.
I don't know why you're talking shit to me right now.
I'm not. I'm trying to motivate. It's how I motivate my friends.
I would like you
I know
guys
you're
all to be in
capable.
the same room to me.
I've been nice to you for the last 20 years hearing you say this. Now I'm done. My patience is worn out.
You've been nice the whole time.
I'm here to help you, but I can't do it for you.
He's being really nice. I can't even point the right way. He's being really nice to me.
I know
right
the
now.
camera goes backwards on this on the phones at least, so it's confusing.
It is confusing. I just get mad at Mark because I know he's not an idiot, but he like pretends like he's an idiot so he doesn't have to do stuff. He's really just lazy. But he'd rather act dumb than say he's just like, yeah, I'm lazy.
There's no way I can afford and then there's a lot of people that I would wish would be in the same room that would not be together in the same
But
room.
right now, you're literally like telling the future. You're like, there's a lot of people I know won't be there. What you need to be saying is, I know that there's at least some of these people that are willing to do this. If you were thinking like that, you're putting out a different type of energy out into the fucking world. If negative energy vibrates like back and forth and positive energy vibrates up and down, if you're going back and forth, that fucking positive energy is going to bounce off. You got to set up your lane, dude.
Yeah, you can almost guarantee that like you and Tim and like Barry and Buddy will be there. So like if that's it, then that's fucking fine. Okay, whatever fucking other specifics are happening. But like
see, you already chose two people that won't be in the same room.
Even if it's just me, you, and Joseph,
oh,
we'll
there's
still
a
make
thing
some
there.
shit.
Okay. Well, still like fucking they'll give you three. Like, you don't even need three people, but at least three people, like you could spit some shit out, dude. Like,
hey, you know what they
me
say?
and Mike Fajan have done that a couple times, like freestyle weekend, like album, write and record. Like,
dude, I would fucking love
people
that.
Will be in the same room. Let them leave and pick three more people to be in the same room. Let them leave.
Like, I just want to go and like
Fajan,
set a time.
Mike
be like,
Fajan
okay,
is down.
I just want to be like, we have from Friday to Sunday.
Love him.
Whatever's recorded on Sunday, that's it. We're releasing it, and we're start filming videos for every track on Monday. Like it would cost like $2,000. Like it's not that bad, you know what I mean?
That'd be so fun.
And we hire fucking Matt Harper to come out with the drone, and then we just sit in a field somewhere and we make shitty YouTube videos for every track, and then we just push them and see what happens. And if nothing happens, then we got this cool catalog of songs we get to look back on every 20 years.
I got to book Barry, a different day of Buddy, a different day of Malone.
No,
you're looking at it the wrong way.
Wrong energy.
Yes, you're only.
You got to change that way of thinking.
Who will be there?
You just need to say, hey, I want to do this thing. I'm booking a studio. We're paying for it. It's all paid for. I'll help pay for it. Dude, we're rich. We all got money now.
Dude,
fuck.
Here's
Let
the
me tell
difference.
you,
I'm
on
not
that
booking a
shit-
studio. We're gonna do it in my house, and you guys are building this. You guys, which way is it? You guys are building the studio.
No, my idea is way better. Now we're gonna rent a studio. We're gonna go pay a professional person to push all the buttons while we just do
Man,
what
that
we
would be
do.
fun.
Make music.
All right.
Even
Well,
if we
dude,
spend
on
4
that-
hours
on
sitting
that
just
shit-
writing, you're in a place like the vibe is different, the energy of that space. So much cool shit has happened in that space, and there's like remnants of that.
The only thing I want to do is help produce. That's all I
you can
want to
just
do.
do that. That's fine. Set it up. Let's do it. Set it up. Next March, St. Patrick's Day,
tell us what to
2023. We're
play,
meeting
Mark.
at Sacramento
Yeah, I like
at
that
Buzz
idea.
Tavern. I'll book
I like
fucking
the
Joe.
idea.
I'll put it on a credit card if we can't pitch in. I'll pay that bitch off fucking monthly.
Dude, and I was saying, fucking Mike Fajan bought a place, and he lives in, I think it's fucking, where is it that he grew up? It's like just outside of Sacramento. It doesn't fucking matter. But he lives like 10 minutes outside of Sacramento, and he like doesn't have that much going on besides like family life right now. Like he would fucking show up for a weekend, and as we all know, Mike Fajan can like fill an album by himself, like any day of the fucking week. You know what I mean?
Mike fucking Fajan. I love that guy, and I haven't seen him in so long.
Awesome.
He's a fantastic
Elk
dude,
Grove,
and
huh? Is
I
it
feel
Elk
very
Grove?
grateful that like he's. What's that?
Is it Elk Grove? Where he
No,
lives?
he's not in Elk Grove. He's in it's northwest of Sacto.
So Fairfield, Vacaville.
It's not Willits. It's not Willits. It's fucking
Oh, Lincoln, something like that.
no, not Lincoln.
Oh, it's by where we used to work, Mark.
I think it ends in like it's like it's not Willis, but it's something like that.
Milton. That doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it
get
really
the
doesn't
fuck-
matter.
God damn it.
But he's close. He's only
yeah,
like
it really
an
doesn't
hour.
matter. It really doesn't matter.
He's like an
Hey, do
hour
you
away
guys-
from me either way.
Do you guys remember when you sent a text that was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna do like an hour and a half today for the podcast"?
I know. I gotta go home. This is good. This is hella fun, dude. This is fucking good one.
No, I'm not done. I just think it's awesome that we went hella long. I'm just like
got
pointing it
Reece
out.
Noble here, dude.
I know.
I love it. I
How
love
long
that.
do you guys normally do? I think I've only watched like three of y'all's in their entirety.
It's like 3 hours.
But how long do you
usually.
guys normally do?
About 3
Yeah.
hours typically.
Just we kind of planned on having a short one today, and then it just didn't
Yeah,
work
today
out.
I was like, yeah, I want to do
Shit,
it, but I
I'm
want to
sorry.
do it short.
I know, dude. I was like getting ready to go like take a shower and like do some shit around the house, and like
Me
I
too.
don't even fucking know. It's like 10 o'clock. It's like 10:30 now.
So here's the deal. You guys didn't want to be on for very long, and now we're on for very long, and now everybody's happy.
Yeah, exactly. That was my point. That was my point, Mark. I love that.
Yeah, that was good. I'm happy, but I am tired. I think we should wrap it up. I mean, you guys
wrap
can
it
stay
up
on
whenever you want, dude.
You guys can stay on, but Paul, you'll have to log on to the YouTube and end it once you're done, because otherwise it'll be a live stream.
Don't put that on him.
Otherwise, it'll be a live stream.
No, I think though
No,
I
I
could
think I'm
totally
good
talk
too.
to you
I'm
guys
done.
for like another 3 or 4 hours and another like 4 beers. We could absolutely call it. I gotta take a piss, and you guys don't have to listen to that. And I should,
Hey, Reece, do you want to
I
jump
got- I
on
got-
again?
I'm still
Like in the
struggling to get
future?
the showering all the time thing going on in my life. So
It's been out. How old are you now? 30, what, 5? 34?
36.
36. That's awesome, dude.
36. Wow.
It's crazy because we're not, it's as adults, we're not that much older than you.
That's the
you know what I
thing.
mean?
Like, there's
Isn't
no
that weird?
difference in 36
know.
and 41. Like,
Yep.
it's like no difference at all. It's crazy.
Very little.
It's crazy. But back
There
then,
was
it was
one-
a big difference.
One of those like weird age things where I think a couple of years after I moved to Oakland, so I was 24 and I was dating a girl that was 18. So she was born in 91, and then the next girl I dated after that was like 9 years older than me, I think. So she was born in 76. So it was like, I don't know. I just remember at that time being like, damn, that's a 15-year gap. That's like a different generation right there. You know, like
Hell yeah. Totally different mind frames.
Sorry, that's out of nowhere, but that just made me think of it for some reason.
No, that is crazy though. That's trip.
I just can't
It was
imagine
really
how
bizarre.
different of a woman you were dealing with, like from one to the next. Like
Very different.
I can't imagine
Very
how
different.
their mind frames are at those ages. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Totally. The older one like had a kid, and like it was a whole different.
Yeah. From an 18-year-old.
A whole
to
different
that.
thing for sure.
That's crazy.
No, by the end of the thing with the 18-year-old, I was like 24. I felt like I was a grave robber at the time. Like looking back on it now, like, or not a grave robber, but what is
Cradle.
it? A
I
cradle
know exactly
robber.
what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you became a grave robber.
I felt like I was like ashamed of myself, and I was like, you know, she's got an older soul or whatever. But
Well, that's like Sarah. I mean,
it's really not
Sarah,
that much
she
of a
was
gap.
fucking 19. Well, when did you leave? When did you move to Oakland? 19?
2006. So it was like right before, a few months before my 21st birthday.
So that's when I met Sarah, was at your party, your going away party. So she was like 20.
Oh shit.
And then I fucking knocked her up in like 3 months.
Knocked
We're
her
gonna
up
have to
like
listen
pretty
to
quick.
Reese P right now.
Yeah. And then
You're gonna
15
have
fucking
to.
years
I can't
later.
hold it anymore.
You're still on here.
Crazy.
That's funny
crazy.
because I've dated girls that are much younger than me. So
Much younger.
Yeah. I'm
That one, you had one that was like you could legit have like legit been her dad.
Yeah, well, there's
like if
Is there
we're
one
talking
born in
strictly
like the
math.
2000s?
I was 42, or no, at the time I was 39 and she was 23. And we dated for a while. It was not, you know, it wasn't terrible. The sex was not that. She was a hooker, though. To be fair, like
to be fair,
yeah,
to be fair,
to be fair.
So I met her at a
hooker establishment,
at a cat house,
at her place of work,
at a cat house, yeah, at her place of work. So super hot, super boring in bed because just like me, I don't like to take my work home.
Super boring in just life. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I could see that.
But
she was like
we
a
talked
fucking.
about,
She just wasn't interesting.
like we talked about music, we talked about movies and stuff, and when we talked about that, I was just like, I have no fucking clue what you're talking about anymore. I'm sorry.
That's something that in that relationship with that 18-year-old, that was one of the things that I learned was like that some like on one hand, like references and shit like that aren't that important, but like to me, they are to an extent. Like you need to have known the hype around like when Jurassic Park came out. Like I know that sounds dumb, but like you gotta understand, dude. Like that is like was part of my life, you know? Like you know what I mean? Like
that'd be like that's like trying to explain like the anticipation around a Michael Jackson video dropping like in like 90 something. You know what I'm saying? Like
dude,
remember
that's like
the
talking
time
about seeing a fucking Nintendo for the first time, dude. You know what I mean? Like in real life.
Oh my god, yeah.
Like, you know, I mean, shit, dude.
Like I was like glued to my fucking television like early, like couldn't wait for those videos. Like I remember that the video premieres and shit.
Yeah, there'd be incredible. Like premieres, like it'd be like at the beginning of the news or whatever, like Michael Jackson world premiere, fucking Dirty Diana video.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Good time, man.
The music video Thriller was actually my first like scary movie experience.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
I could dig that, dude.
I actually was scared of that video because I was like 3 years old at the time.
Dude, Emma and all her friends, so like 13.
And it was a movie. That was the first music video that was a movie.
Yeah, it was like a film.
It was like,
dude, Emma and all her friends, like 13 to 15, they all think like people that grew up in the 90s were so in the 80s were so fucking lucky. Like they're like,
We
you're
were.
so lucky. They're like, you really grew up in the 80s and 90s. Like, yeah. They're like,
We
man.
are
So
lucky.
like, they'll be like, so like Ninja Turtles movie, the first one, like you remember that? I'm like, oh yeah, like.
I
I walked out of the movie theater
I
trying
think
to
it's
fight
kind of the
crime.
way that I felt in the high school, like about the 70s. Like, damn, I wish we could just go like in the 70s. They got to do whatever they like. It was such
For
a cooler
sure.
time, thinking of the 70s and the 90s, and now it's like my kids think it was like
I mean,
I wish it was the
dude,
80s and the 90s.
The 90s for me is still like the fucking, I don't know. I think I lock on a lot to like nostalgia. So like, I still like, I get like more into like Soundgarden and Nirvana and Alice in Chains like as I get older, and I like live for like
Oh, let me stop you
90s
real quick.
movies. Like, yeah,
Alice in Chains. They're I can't remember the
Jerry
album,
Cantrell.
but they had the like Bees and Wells song or whatever. They were so good at just comprising songs. It was,
Dude, no, I'm only like more recently like getting into them. Like, they're fucking heavy and beautiful and like just fucking hella good shit. But like in general, like early 90s shit, like especially with movies, like so many movie covers are like locked in my head from going to Rip and Video and like cruising the VHSs. Like, I know at least the cover or like the name, like, or I will recognize the name of like thousands of fucking movies from going to the video store and cruising around. All those 90s movies, man.
Yeah. Dude, I remember the 90s. I worked at a movie theater, dude, and I got to watch free movies, and I got to bring like 4 friends or something. Do you remember,
so
Paul?
jealous of that.
Yeah.
We saw Belly. I watched the fucking movie Belly like a dozen times, dude. Everybody wanted to see Belly. I was like, oh, you see whatever movie you guys want. Belly.
That actually went to theaters?
That was with DMX, right?
Yeah, it was a big
huge
deal.
movie.
It was a huge movie. And
I
then
didn't
that
know it
same
went to
time, the same
theaters.
era that I was working at the movie theater,
That's a
something
big
about
movie.
Mary came out, Ronin, Titanic. What else fucking came out?
That
during
was
It was
like 97.
yeah, a lot of good fucking movies came through while I was working there. So I got to see so many free movies, dude. It was awesome. And dude, it was by far like in a competition for first place with working at a fucking pizza place, dude. It was like a job as a young dude, you know what I mean? Like, dude, working at a movie theater was like
dude,
16, and then working at a pizza fucking joint, I was like 18, 19 or whatever, dude. It was like the coolest, easiest. Like when Bailey was starting to get jobs, I was like, dude, movie theater or pizza place, the two coolest, like you don't have to wear a McDonald's fucking outfit, like you
I
just
agree with that,
cruise
but
around and just kind of do whatever,
I never got to work at a movie theater, but pizza delivery back in the day is a different story because
you make some bank back in the day.
You would,
Mike's.
You saw the movie where you're like, I might get laid doing this, but I got to listen to my own music. I got to listen.
Yeah. Joseph was a pool boy, but I don't think he ever got laid, did you?
No.
Yeah, so I got to smoke and get tipped and listen to my own music in my own car.
Back in the day when you could smoke cigarettes with some other stranger's food in your car.
Yeah, I know. It's not allowed anymore. That's why it was cool back then.
Fucking waves.
But I would go
75 cents a pack at Kona Market.
At the end of the day, I would get free beer. I'd get free pizza.
Oh, yeah.
I never got to do the other one though.
I used to bust open the fucking gumball machines and take all the quarters, dude. When we would close, I feel bad now because after I did vending machines, I felt so bad afterwards, dude. But I was like, back then, I didn't give a fuck. Like, you steal beer from there all the time.
Dude,
that's where I used to
growing up,
shroom.
dude,
I used to shroom a lot when I worked there.
The difference between breaking open vending machines for quarters and like owning vending machines,
Yeah. Well, I didn't break them.
I
I broke into them, Yeah.
I have a funny story about when I used to steal. I think the last time I stole was when I worked at Long's. I was probably like 17 years old. And I used to steal $20 out of the register. I used to steal like $20 out of the register every day. And so like they didn't even know, but they had this team come in to check to see if anybody was stealing. And they asked me and I snitched myself out because I was just a scared little kid, And so I got busted.
yeah.
I got fired, and then I went to. And then my uncle heard about it, right? My uncle who lives in Delhi, like, and I talking to him about it, and he's like, what happened with you at Longs? I was like, oh, I got in trouble for stealing $20, and then I got fired. He goes, oh man, if you needed $20, you should just ask me.
Oh shit.
Like, you know, I just thought that was hilarious. Like, I'm not gonna steal $20 out of a register in Longs at work because I could just ask my uncle who lives in Delhi for $20.
I'll just call him. Yo, can I have $20?
You know what I'm saying? He's like, if you wanted $20, you just ask me. I was like, what the fuck?
Dude, I got the last time when I finally like stopped like stealing. I used to do it at work too. I used to do this thing where somebody would come in and they'd buy like 3 tickets. So I would print up 4 and then I would hand them to them. I would go 1, 2. I'd be, oh, I printed up because there was cameras. So I would do this whole like thing in case they were watching the cameras, right?
Acted it all out. Yeah.
So I'd print out 2 tickets, and what you're supposed to do is rip them in half and just put them in this little like a lockbox. You just put them in there, and then they go through and they count all the tickets or whatever, right? So I would do that, and I would pretend to put it in the fucking container, but then I wouldn't. So say it was for Batman. So then somebody else was like, let me get 3 for Batman. So I'd print up 2 for Batman, and then I'd sell that voided ticket, and then I'd pocket that money. Dude, I did that for fucking so long, dude. And then I don't think I actually got caught, but I remember there's this dude Mozzie there. He's like, hey,
why are you stealing from people? What an asshole.
No, I wouldn't steal from people.
I'm joking.
No, I was stealing from the fucking man. Who gives
you
a
don't
shit,
steal from
dude?
people, you steal from like companies that can handle it.
Companies that are making more money than they should. I mean, back then, you know, you're fucking 16 years old. You're like, fuck that.
That's what I told myself when I stole from Longs. I was just telling myself, oh, I'm just stealing from an establishment. Like, who cares? You know, I still
ain't hurt nobody. They got insurance.
I put myself on the higher moral ground, even though I was still being a little asshole. Shouldn't be stealing.
It's like lie to yourself to justify it.
Yeah, it's like stealing from Target is like stealing from Target is okay. Stealing from
it's
Walmart
okay.
is okay.
You steal from Walmart.
They can handle it.
Stealing's not okay.
You steal from Walmart, unless it's from Walmart or Target.
See,
I think I'm pro stealing in theory. I wish I wasn't terrified of cops, so then I could like actually do some theft. But I'm like, I would never too scared of shit to ever like put myself in that place.
Dude, true story. I was at Dollar General and I bought a bunch of shit and I bought like a soda. And like I'm just such a fiend, right? I just start drinking the soda. So I'm like drinking and I go through and I pay and I'm going outside and I realize I'm like, oh fuck, I didn't pay for this. I went back in and fucking paid for it, you know. And I'm like, damn, different times.
Oh damn.
Man. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I don't know if I do that.
I have to though. I was like, I can't live with this on my conscience.
I'm the same way.
Like I cannot.
So here's how I
back then I didn't give a shit, but nowadays I'm like, fuck that.
If you're buying like in my industry and Tim's industry, if you're buying a tool from a box store, they're not losing any income if you return a tool that has a warranty on it. They won't even ask you for it. So I bought a $500 tile saw that broke down, and I went, hey, see this warranty on there? And they're like, yeah. I was like, all right, cool. I want a new one. And they're like, all right, go grab a new one.
Dude, I knew this old.
That's the only way I steal nowadays.
No, that it is reliable for shit like that, most definitely.
Dude, I knew this old painter guy,
like
or handyman guy who used to get the shitty little sprayers from Harbor Freight, the paint sprayers, and he would just use it and he would never clean it. And I was like, fuck, you can clean that? He's like, nah. Like, you're not gonna clean it? He's like, fuck no. Next job, I'll just take it into Harbor Freight and get a new one or whatever.
Harbor Freight doesn't do it anymore.
They don't do it anymore.
It's probably that guy's fault.
It probably is. Yeah, because he just turned into fucking clogged up ass fucking thing. It's like, what the fuck? All right, I gotta go, guys.
Like I remember Ryan and Heidi when they went on their honeymoon to Hawaii. They splurged on. They rented a campsite, which was like fucking $15 a day or something like that. And they like splurged on
that was an option.
On a rental car. And they went to Walmart on the way to the campsite, bought like fucking tent, air mattress, all that shit, used it for a week, and then on the way back to the airport, they returned all that shit because places like Walmart, it's the same shit, dude. Like they don't give a fuck.
That's
They're not
awesome.
gonna open anything up. Like they will just take that shit back. So
Yeah.
you know, it doesn't cost you anything for a shit like that.
That's
If
what
you
I
know how
call
to use it right.
That's what you call the Walmart rental program or like the Home Depot rental
Yeah,
program.
exactly.
You need a tool for something, you just go buy it, use it, and return that shit. Be done with it.
I could dig it.
Reece,
Yo,
Reece, I love you. Good night.
I love you too,
We're
man.
out.
It was awesome
Are we
talking
done?
to you.
I gotta go, guys.
Yeah,
I
I'm
fucking
out.
came straight home, straight
I
to
love you,
podcast.
Joseph.
I didn't spend no time
love
with
you
Sarah.
too.
Now she's probably asleep. Love you
Love
guys.
you, Reese.
All right,
I,
guys.
could dig it. I love all you guys.
Good night.
Hey, Reese.
Later.
Reese.
Yeah.
You didn't jump back on
Yeah.
here again?
I'm here.
Next time.
No, I'm just saying, like next time you want to jump on.
Oh, next
Doesn't have
time.
to
What
be
are
the
you doing
next
on
time,
Thursday
but
night?
We usually
Yeah,
do it
just
on
text me
Tuesdays.
beforehand. It all depends on where I'm at, what I got. No, actually, next Thursday, I'm flying down to fucking SoCal for Ryan's bachelor party for his. He's getting married in a few weeks.
Oh, sick. Okay.
Yep.
All right, brother.
All right. Well, I love you.
But yeah, I love you guys too, though.
Okay, bye.
Love you, Tim.
Later.
Wherever you're
Love you,
at.
Mark. Good night.
All right, get some rest, brother.
I love you. Bye.
How do I click off of here?